Good evening, and welcome back to another live stream edition of Maddie's Rap with author and storyteller Matt D. Talford. And this evening, in this live stream, we will be doing another new moon manifestation video. Okay. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. This is what we do twice a month, at least for the remainder of the year. We've been doing this every month since the month of January. And my returning subscribers, y'all already know the time. Y'all know exactly what we do, when we do it, what we do, and when we're going to do it. So thank you all for being here tonight. Thank you all for being here. Listen, y'all, I'm super excited. This is sort of a mixed bag for me because hey, what's up, Fair Use? What's up, Fair Use? Shalom. What's up, Bernadette? We got Noah Hosea 4 and 6 in the house. This is a little bit of a mixed bag because as we wind the year down, y'all, I'm thinking back to the first one of these videos that we did back in January of this year. And we've been doing these new moon videos monthly, and we've been doing the full moon gratitude videos monthly. And this is we're down to after tonight, y'all. We got two left. We got two left after tonight, y'all. We're gonna have the full moon in Gemini and the new moon in Sagittarius, and then we're done. Because you can go back to earlier in the year and see or go back to last year and see the new moon in Capricorn and full moon in Cancer videos that we did last year or at the beginning of this year, depending on what that date was. But a little bit bittersweet, but here we are, y'all. So we're gonna be getting started here in just a minute. I would like to thank those of you who are new to the channel. This is what we do over here, and I thank each and every one of you that tunes in every single week. Or every time I do a new video, whether I upload a short or upload a pre-recorded video or we're going live, you guys have made this a rich experience. And let me pull back because I don't want this to sound like this is a farewell tour or nothing like that. That's not what we're doing over here. But we are talking about Scorpio, and Scorpio is the energy of constant, eternal death and rebirth, okay? Death and rebirth. So I'm super excited, you guys. I'm going to start you all off with some royalty-free reggae music, and when we come back, that was weird. A little sound coming out of the microphone there. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit, rap a little bit, because I haven't talked to y'all in about it's been about 2 weeks. I think 2 weeks ago was the last time I talked to y'all. Now, I have premiered some videos in between time, but I haven't done a live stream in about 2 weeks. I think the last one was the last full moon video that we did. I believe it was that full moon in Taurus. So now we're doing the new moon of Scorpio. And y'all know these new moons sometimes they bring in things that we don't see. Well, why is that? Well, because the new moon is completely black. So the only light you have from the sky during the new moon are the stars, or is the stars. So the new moons bring in things sometimes that we do not see coming. And of course, the full moon is fully illuminated. But when we're talking about the new moon, sometimes we see things show up that we could not see coming. And that's always an exciting time. I'm already seeing some of that based on the house that I have Scorpio in. So we're talking about a new moon in Scorpio tonight, and you are watching Maddie's Rap with author and storyteller Matt D. Talford. I'm going to start you guys off with just a couple of minutes of some royalty-free reggae music, and then I'm going to go and grab me a cup of tea, bottle of spring water, and then we're going to come back and jump right in. We're going to go through houses 1 through 12. I am going to, in the beginning, I'm going to run through super quick, run through that 8th house, because the 8th house is ruled by Scorpio, and y'all know how we do it over here on Maddie's Rap. When we're doing these moon videos, talking about the moon cycles, you have to remember that the signs, we have whatever the current moon sign is, we have that in a particular house in our natal chart. But we also know that that sign is the natural ruler of one of the houses. Depends on the sign, okay? Scorpio is the natural ruler of the 8th house. So I'm going to briefly just look at some things that you may not see coming that may appear based on what you have in your 8th house sign, or, even what you might want to plant some seeds of manifestation for that you want to attract 6 months from now, or, up to 6 months from now. Because sometimes some of y'all manifestation is on 10 right now, and you're pulling things out of the ether that's not taking a long time at all, especially to my life path 8s out there. My life path 8s, my Scorpio risings, and my Scorpio 8th house people. So let's start y'all off with some royalty-free reggae music. Do me a huge favor, tap that like button. It's going to help more people know that we're out here. What's up, Ali? Thank you for being here. Ali Rue, how are you? Thank you for being here. So y'all tap that like button for me. Regulars, y'all already know the drill. Tap that like button. That's going to send the signal out and let more people know that we're live. You're watching Maddie's Rap with author and storyteller Matt D. Talford. I'll be right back, family. Let's take it down, family. Let's take it down. All right, welcome back. Welcome back. Thank y'all for being here tonight. Oh, we got Cassandra in the house. We got Fair Use in the house. All right, y'all, let's get this party started. We are talking about the new moon in Scorpio, planting seeds for transformation, rebirth, and manifestation. Planting seeds for transformation, rebirth, and manifestation. In tonight's live stream, we will discuss intention setting and planting the seeds of manifestation of areas of our lives that we wish to transform, as well as attract fresh energy based on the house that Scorpio occupies in your natal chart. All right. So we're gonna do a couple things here. We're gonna do a couple of things. All right. Let's get it started, y'all. Let's get this party started. Thank y'all for being here. And I got 8 people in the chat. 8. That's that Scorpio. That's 8th house. All right. 8th house of transformation. 8th house of transformation. Y'all, one of the things I won't be talking about tonight, another one of these scorpionic themes is y'all, everybody knows Scorpio is the 8th house also holds intimacy, but they call it intimacy for a reason, and it's ruled by Scorpio for a reason. That's private. Keep that to yourself, all right? What's up, Bella, y'all? Bella is here. Bella is here. So, all right, planting seeds for transformation, rebirth, and manifestation. Y'all know the full moons. We do gratitude rituals. We accept. We welcome the baby. The full moon is full. Can't hold any more light. It's time for it to give birth to that thing which we manifested 6 months before. And the new moon is an empty vessel. All right. So we pour our intentions into that new moon. The other thing about new moons, sometimes you get things showing up that you couldn't see. Why? Because the nighttime outside is the darkest during the new moon. It's the brightest during the full moon. It's the darkest during the new moon. Okay. So let's talk about first really quick some of the things that you guys it may be showing up already. Okay. The new moon in Scorpio is officially not until Wednesday, November the 19th. However, I wanted to get out ahead of the curve, y'all. And I love Pam Gregory. She does a great job of she'll drop the new moon video 2 weeks before the new moon. She'll drop the full moon video 2 weeks before the full moon. Shout out to Pam Gregory. She's one of my favorite astrologers to watch. Okay. And anyway, y'all, I like to get y'all in there at least a couple days before that new moon cycle, because the truth is you already start to feel those energies, you start to feel those themes. And Scorpio rules over the 8th house of transformation. Okay. Scorpio, we know Scorpio. I love the energy of Scorpio. The other thing about Scorpio, whatever house you have Scorpio in, that tends to show an area where you just are not going to be defeated. It can look like you're down and out, and it's just going to continue to regenerate. Why? Because Scorpio is the energy of death, transformation, and rebirth. The caterpillar literally sort of dies to itself, and then it transforms and is reborn into this beautiful butterfly. And one of my favorite, well, I won't even say which one of my favorite ones. I'm happy anytime I see a butterfly. Some of my favorite ones are the yellow butterflies, the monarch butterflies. Y'all know those are dope. I've seen some black butterflies this year. I've seen some blue butterflies with black markings. I've seen some brown butterflies with white mark. Butterflies are beautiful. They are. And they move so gracefully. But to imagine that was once a caterpillar on the ground, vulnerable, and then it transforms into this thing that is no longer on the ground and it can fly and go anywhere where it wants. That is the beauty of Scorpio energy. It is constant death and renewal, constant death and renewal. And you should be ascending with it. Okay. You should be ascending with it. It rules over the 8th house. So if you are life path 8, this is a very auspicious time for you. You can life path 8 is a wild card. Okay. If you're life path 8, you are master manifester. Okay. If you're a Scorpio rising, you can manifest like nobody's business. Scorpio in any major placement is going to be good. The sun is Scorpio, but that Scorpio rising, Scorpio, the first house, your chart ruler is Mars and Pluto. So you can pretty much transform easily any area of your life without as much effort as somebody without those placements. And of course, if you're an Aries rising, you're probably going to have Scorpio in the 8th house. And Scorpio in the 8th house, that's the natural placement for Scorpio, because Scorpio does rule over the 8th house. So that's another wild card. Okay. So before we get started with going through the houses tonight, y'all, and this will be timestamped for those of you who are watching this on demand. This video is timestamped, so you can probably is moot for me to tell you this now during this live stream, because if you're watching it on demand, you already see the timestamps. But anyway, I'm saying that for the benefit of the people watching. She said black butterfly. That's right. That's right. Black butterflies are beautiful. Let me take this. Hang on a second. Let me get this out of here. I don't know how much of y'all are tea heads out there, but sometimes depending on what the tea is, you leave that bag and that cup so long, you're just like, ooh, this is strong. You need something to tone it down, some more water, some honey, whatever. Anyway, I'm drinking a little bit of lotus tea tonight, y'all. So I love lotus tea. It helps to open up the mind and that sort of thing, help to open up the third eye and all of that good stuff. So one of the other things we're going to do is we're going to talk about, let's start off by talking about what you might be seeing, y'all. Y'all might be seeing something that's going to help transform your energy. Something could show up out of the blue. Again, when it's a new moon and you're walking around outside and you don't have a flashlight, you run into those things that go bump in the night. or you go bump in the night because you don't see it coming. So new moons are always times where we could potentially see things show up that we didn't see coming. So that always, for some reason, tends to happen. And you may see some of those themes based on the house that you have Scorpio in. Okay. As well as your eighth house, as well as your eighth house. A lot of people leave out whatever house is the natural ruler for the sign that the moon is in. I like to include it because y'all know that the universe, the cosmos, everything is a study of opposites. Why is that important? Well, because if you know one thing, but you don't know something, or if you don't know something, just find out what that opposite energy is. And chances are good you probably know that opposite energy. All right. If you know one thing, but you don't know the other, just say, okay, it's probably not going to be what this one thing is that's opposite. For example, you don't know, let's say you don't know how guys act in a certain situation or whatever like that, but you know how ladies act. You're going to say, all right, well, I don't really know how guys act in that, but it's going to be opposite than how a lady's going to act, and vice versa, or should be anyway. That's a story for another day. But let me keep this thing moving. Let me take a sip of this tea and keep this thing moving. And before I get started, shout out to each and every one of you who have subscribed to my new channel, Matty T's Twin Flame Guidance. Y'all are spoiling me. Thank y'all so much for subscribing. Thank y'all for watching the content. For those of you who've shared the channel with other people, listen, I'm up to what? 26 subscribers, 26 or 27 subscribers. Not bad for your first week. Not bad for your first week. Now, there's some other people out there that have different channels that blow up. They go viral in the first week. I'm thankful. I'm thankful for whatever I get. So shout out to y'all that are watching my new channel, commenting on the videos. I greatly appreciate you all. That is my current calling. So I'm going with it. And thank y'all. I thank y'all so much. So I just wanted to give y'all a shout out. Those videos, again, barring any unforeseen circumstances, they're going to come out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. No plans to go live right now. I don't even, I don't know when I might be. I don't know what the YouTube rules are for that anyway. I don't know if there's any specific rules around should you have a certain number of subscribers. I don't remember, to be honest, because I've been on YouTube so long. I don't remember how things went way back then. But again, I don't have any current plans to go live on that channel, but we'll see what happens. You never know. However the spirit directs me, however the spirit moves me. So thank you to those of you who have subscribed to my new channel. Okay, so let's talk about, now I'm going to fly through this eighth house, y'all. I will not be time stamping the signs through the eighth house. I'm just going to run through them. Just going to tell you about some things that may be showing up that you may not see coming just based on your eighth house sign. This is also things that you also can manifest during this time for your eighth house. And again, if you're a life path 8, manifest whatever you want. If you're a Scorpio rising, manifest whatever you want. You can always manifest whatever you want, but your real power is going to be based on alignment. And that alignment looks like, what sign do I have what house do I have the sign that the moon is currently in during the new moon? Okay. So that's where your powerhouse is going to come in. That's where it's going to be super duper easy. Okay. And then of course you always have these wild cards. I love life path number 8 because they're called the master manifestors. And y'all, numerology supersedes all of these other modalities. Okay. Astrology, tarot, all of that stuff. The whole universe runs on numbers. Okay. Frequency is about a number. It's a numeric frequency. Everything is about numbers in the universe. So numerology is pretty much king. It's the foundation of all of these. Some people call them sciences. Some people call them energies. Whatever you want to call it is fine with me. I don't care. So now let me run through Taurus. Why am I saying Taurus? I'm saying Taurus because I got Taurus in the 8th house. We just got off that Taurus. The last live stream was Taurus. But anyway, let's run really quick through the 8th house. The 8th house, what is the 8th house? What does the 8th house look like? The 8th house is where we it is the house of manifestation. It is the house of things that we magnetically are drawn to, as well as things that we magnetically attract. Okay. So it is naturally ruled by Scorpio. But of course, whatever your sign is, and that planetary, the ruler of that sign is your 8th house ruler. But again, I always like to say that still answers to the Scorpio, because Scorpio is the natural ruler of the 8th house. Okay. The sign that you have in that house, for example, my 8th house ruler would be Venus. How does my Venus work? Does it work well with, Mars, Pluto, that kind of thing? I'm not going to get that deep with it. It's really not necessary. Okay. So let me run really quick through this. Things that you could be attracting, things that you may want to attract. You want to do your manifestation. And by the way, this is a new moon in a water sign. So when you're doing your manifestations, it's best to align with the energy of the elements. Okay. This is a new moon in Scorpio. Scorpio is a water sign. So work with the element of water. Do your manifestations in the bathtub, do them in the shower, do them while you're washing the dishes, do them by a lakeside, waterside, go outside if it's raining where you are, go outside, whatever. Go stand in a puddle of water. Just make sure it ain't lightning. Make sure the puddle's clean. Okay. All right. So work with the water element. If you live there near the ocean, the coast, go out to the beach, whatever, put your feet in the water, whatever. Work with water because this is a water sign. Okay. Scorpio, water sign, new moon in Scorpio. So, she said 50 subscribers to go live. Okay, thank you for letting me know that, fair use, because I completely did not remember. So thank you for sharing that. So you want to work with water when you're doing your manifestations, but some things that you may, see show up, or some things that you may want to also attract. We're going to run through the eighth house through the sign. So, and I'm not going to timestamp this part because I'm going to fly through it literally. You'll see what I mean when I get here. You got Aries in the eighth house. Okay, if you have Aries in your eighth house, then one of the things you attract is attention. Okay, one of the things is your Aries rules over the first house of appearances. So you show up and you attract attention. You do. So maybe, but it also rules over the first house of appearance and the first house of I am. So if you got Aries in the eighth house, that's almost like having Scorpio in your first house. It's similar energy. So it's very similar energy. You show up. You want to attract. What do you want to attract? You want to attract something that has to deal with yourself, your image, your how you appear, how you think about yourself, that sort of thing too. I know thoughts, conscious thoughts, kind of live in the third house, but when you're talking about the first house is the house of self. So you're somebody that's going to attract attention. If you have Aries in the first house, you can't help it. When you go out, your people are going to look at you. They're going to look at you. Aries rules over the first house of appearances. Okay. And you got Aries in the eighth house of magnetism. So maybe you want to attract something that has to deal with your appearance. Maybe you want to manifest magnetizing the appearance. You may want to magnetize the appearance of something that you desire. Okay. Scorpio rules over our desires as well. So maybe you want to manifest the appearance of something that you desire as well. That's Aries. If you got Aries in your eighth house, if you got Taurus in your eighth house, you magnetically attract money. You're a money magnet. You magnetically attract material possessions or whatever. Now, let me give a caveat out there, y'all, because sometimes people might say, well, I've got this sign in this particular house and I'm having difficulty there, whatever. Take a look at your what house you have Saturn in, because sometimes Saturnian restrictions might prevent you or work against or make it a little bit tougher for you to manifest, or maybe there's a lesson there that you need to learn before that particular energy gets unlocked if you have Saturn in that same house. So don't throw rocks at the screen. Don't go in the comments and say, well, Matt, I got the sign in that house and I'm having difficulty. Go look at your Saturn house. If you got Saturn in that particular house, it could put that thumb on you, say, nah. You got to finish the homework first. Okay. Now, that being said, you got Taurus in your eighth house. You easily attract money. You attract things that are quality. You attract things that are beautiful things. Okay. You attract beautiful things. You're magnetically attracted to beautiful things. So one of the things you may want to attract this or manifest during this new moon cycle is money. Something material possession, something that's some creature comfort that's going to make you feel good, that's going to put you in that energy of self-care. That's Taurian energy. Okay. So that's if you got Taurus in your eighth house. If you've got Gemini in your eighth house, you attract communication. People just want to come up to you and talk to you. Okay. You attract communication because the Gemini rules over the third house of information as well. Maybe you want to, and remember, the eighth house is about transformation too. It is about transformation as well. So maybe you want to attract some sort of information or communication that's going to give you knowledge. Knowledge lives in the third house as well. It's going to give you the knowledge to, I said knowledge lives in the third house. We're talking about Gemini. Gemini is the third house ruler. So if you got Gemini in your eighth house, you may want to manifest the arrival, or you may want to manifest attracting something or bringing something into your space that is going to give you information that is going to help you to transform. Okay. All right. If you have Cancer in the eighth house, then that Cancer rules over the fourth house of home, family, our emotions. So maybe you want to attract or manifest something that is going to help transform your emotions or help transform your home life or your family life. Perhaps you want to attract something like that or work on that during this cycle. And again, I'm flying through this. We're going to go through Scorpio through the houses in just a moment, but we're talking about the eighth house. Some of the ways that some of the things that you transform, or some of the things that you attract that help you to transform. Okay, so that was if you have Cancer in your eighth house. If you have Leo in your eighth house, then you easily attract things that bring out your inner child. You would easily attract things that add to your passions or whatever, things that you feel passionate about, things that are creative projects. You can easily attract and manifest things that are of a creative nature. You probably easily attract romantic partners or people that want to be romantic partners. So maybe during this cycle, you want to manifest some project or something that is going to help you transform your inner child, something that's going to help you transform, or something that you're passionate about that is going to help you to transform. Okay, if you got Leo in your eighth house, then you transform through creativity, through art, through competition, sometimes too, healthy, friendly competition, not combat. Pardon me, y'all. Pardon me. So that's what's going on if you've got Leo in your fifth house. You want to perhaps manifest or work on attracting something or putting an intention out there to attract something that's going to help you bring out your inner child. And that inner child energy is what helps you to transform. Okay. You may transform through new, fresh romance. Okay. Just don't be transforming or changing romantic partners too much. All right. Because you could be a heartbreaker if you got Leo in your eighth house as well. Okay, you could be a heartbreaker, and you got a line of people looking for you. You broke my heart. Okay, all right. So that's Leo. If you have Virgo in your eighth house, then you perhaps you easily attract things that help you to transform your health. You easily attract things that help you to transform your daily task, your daily routines. You easily attract things that help you to reorganize, that sort of thing. So maybe you want to work on attracting something into your space, maybe some new health routine or something like that is going to help you to transform. You transform through renewing your health. Okay, you transform through renewing your health. Scorpio energy, eighth house energy, is about renewal as well. It is about renewal. So that's if you have Virgo. I told you I was going to fly through this because we want to get through these Scorpio through the houses. That's if you got Virgo in your eighth house. Okay, if you have Libra in your eighth house, then you transform through partnership. You transform through partnership energy, whether that's business partnerships, marriage, relationship type partnership, or whatever. You also perhaps transform through the energy of balance. So during this cycle, perhaps you want to attract some things or manifest some things that is going to help you rebalance your life, and in doing so, help you to transform and renew yourself. Remember, the eighth house, as well as Scorpio, which rules over the eighth house, is about constant renewal, constant death, renewal, recycling. That is that energy. Okay. You when things get old, you replace them. When your energy gets old, replace it. Okay. That is the mechanism by which we do it. It's that Scorpio energy. It's that eighth house energy. So Libra there, you perhaps want to attract or manifest some energy of some partnership, maybe somebody that helps you to transform your business, perhaps help you to transform your business or whatever. But we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that because I'm smiling because we're getting ready to go through these houses and talk about rebirth and manifestation. Okay, because that's what we do. That's what we do during the new moon cycles. I like to say we impregnate the universe. We impregnate the universe during the new moons, and of course the peak of the new moon. Y'all can start doing this today. I know I did, but the peak of that new moon energy is going to be on Wednesday, November the 19th. Okay, so now that is if you have Libra in your eighth house. If you got Scorpio in the eighth house, congratulations. I just said that a moment ago. That is a wild card. Okay. One of the ways you transform is through sacred energy exchange. I know I said I wasn't going to talk a lot about that, but I'm not telling you to manifest any new sacred energy exchange partners because you have to be very careful with those. You got to make sure they're high vibrational. Okay. So anyway, let's look at me scratching the back of my head like, okay, y'all I'm giving away a little body language. Okay. I'm not bashful with that, but I am on camera too. So anyway, y'all don't laugh at me. Don't laugh at me. But anyway, you can attract whatever it is that you think you need to help you to transform when you have Scorpio in that eighth house. Okay, that is pure transformation energy. That's almost like being a life path number 8. So whatever it is that you think, whatever you desire that is going to help you to transform, think about that. Okay, but you easily magnetize people that when you got Scorpio in the eighth house, you also magnetize people that want to get down with you. Okay. So guard your energy, protect yourself. I'm not telling you to tone it down. You be authentic. Be authentic above all. But that might be something that that you might want to track that, or you might want to manifest that. I don't know. That's between you and you. That's between you and the kingdom of God is within us, right? That's between you and the Most High. All right, that's y'all business. No judgment here. Now, if you have Sagittarius in your ninth house, you easily attract foreign things of a foreign nature. Foreign people might like to come up to you and talk to you, whatever. You might easily attract people that are philosophical, things that have to deal with the higher mind, things that help you to feel free, freedom, expansion, things that help you to expand, things that help you to grow. Okay, things that help you to like blow up, blow whatever it is, blow it up. So maybe during this time you want to also remember the ninth house. Sagittarius rules over the ninth house of religion. So I think of it in the quote unquote Christ sense of religion, not this Saturnian Abrahamic religion sense. That's not ninth house religion. It isn't. I don't care what anybody ever tells you. It's that type of religion is tied to Saturn. It is not tied to Jupiter. Jupiter is about expansion and the higher mind, the higher consciousness, spirituality of the higher sense. Okay, the spirituality or the energy that the Messiah, aka Yeshua, Yehoshua, Yahushai, Christ, Jesus, whatever works for you, that is what he was teaching. So maybe you want to work. Maybe you easily attract people that want to talk about religion or spirituality. Maybe you attract spiritual themes to you easily, not so much in the 12th house sense or the Piscean sense, but again, the higher consciousness sense. Okay, information that leads to that higher consciousness. So just like with Gemini and Sagittarius are on that same Gemini and Sagittarius on that same axis. So, you know, one of them is just like the student, the other is the teacher. So those are some themes if you have Sagittarius in your ninth house, or Sagittarius in your eighth house. Also, Sagittarius is where wherever you got Sagittarius tends to be areas of our lives where we're gifted, because Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. So you may be gifted in scorpionic themes. If you got Sagittarius in your ninth house, you probably are a gifted manifester as well. Okay, manifestation comes to you as easily. I forgot to mention that, but anytime you got Jupiterian influence, that's going to be benefactor. It's going to be beneficial. It's going to be easy for you. So because Jupiter is where the gifts live. So that's sort of a wild card as well. If you have Sagittarius in that ninth house, go ahead, or in that eighth house, go ahead and attract whatever it is if you want. If you have Capricorn in that eighth house, then you easily attract success. Capricorn is a sign of success. It's a sign of achievement. It's the sign of overcoming obstacles. So maybe you want to manifest or attract whatever it is that you want to achieve or be successful in. Work on that during this cycle. If you have Aquarius in your eighth house, then you might attract things that are a little bit quirky, things that are a little bit unconventional. You also might attract people that need help. Okay, why? Because Aquarians are the humanitarians. They are the humanitarians. So you may attract people that need your help. Listen, one of the things you might want to work on during this is having the pulling in whatever it is, the information that you need to help people in the way that you see fit to help, or the way that you see best. One thing about Aquarians is Aquarians have a beautiful eye. They're kind of like Virgos, but they're an air sign version of a Virgo. A Virgo is an earth sign version of an Aquarius. The Virgo's a little bit more. They're a little bit less like way out than Virgos want to help too, but not in the same sense as Aquarius. Aquarius wants to help the entire world. Virgo wants to help its circle, people that are in its sphere of influence. Aquarius can expand its sphere of influence because they literally want to help everyone. So anyway, you got Aquarius there in that eighth house. Then you also help to transform through innovation. You transform through innovation as well, technology, all of that good stuff, and being unconventional. So maybe there's some themes there for you. Maybe there's some technology, something you want to pull into your system, your AI, whatever's going to work for you, that'll help you to transform, not just yourself, but help others to transform. That's the Aquarian way. And finally, if you got Pisces in that eighth house, I love water signs in a water house. Okay. You one of the ways you transform is through going within. You transform through tapping into your subconscious themes, tapping into spirituality, tapping into past life themes, tapping into the ancestral realm, the spiritual realm, God, the angels, that sort of thing. So that you transform through spirituality. So maybe during this cycle, you want to renew your energy with regards to your spirituality. Okay, so those are just some themes. I told you I was going to fly through it. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at some comments really quick. And okay, well, it is. Let's see. Hang on a second. Hang on one second. I see a question out here. I see a question. She said, "What if you have no sign in the eighth house, Cassandra? That is impossible. However, now how is it that you think that you have? It is possible not to have planets in the eighth house, Cassandra, but there's no such thing as not having a sign in the eighth house. That eighth house is going to have some sign in it. Let me ask you, if it's not too personal, what sign do you have in your seventh house? What sign do you have in your seventh house? Because it is and I'm gonna let me see something here. I'm just gonna guess. I'm gonna look at some sample charts here. Give me just a moment. Let's see. Give me just a moment here. Let me see something. I don't it's okay, girl. 'Cause I will be all right tonight. You don't have to call. She said, okay, you're looking at your chart now. Okay, Cassandra, tell me, what sign do you see in your seventh house? You say you have no sign in the eighth house. What sign do you see in your seventh house? If you got Sag in your seventh, if you got Sag in your seventh, that means you're a Gemini rising. Unless you've got intercepted houses, Cassandra, where if you're looking at your house system, and I'm guessing you're looking at the Placidus system, but if you're a Sag in the seventh house, that means you're a Gemini rising. That means that what you have in your eighth house is going to be Capricorn. You're going to be a Capricorn eighth house. So unless you got intercepted houses. Now, it could be that you have Sagittarius across two houses. You got Sag in the seventh and eighth. That I've seen that too. But it just depends on which natal chart calculator you used and what that house system looks like. But typically speaking, with no intercepted houses, if you're a seventh house Sagittarius, then you're an eighth house Capricorn. Okay. So just so you know that, just so you know, and I know there's a slight delay here, so I'm looking to see if you've got a response to that. Okay, so while I'm waiting on any potential response to come in the chat, I'm going to I see Cap in the ninth. If you see Capricorn and on your ninth house cusp, that means that you have Sagittarius in the seventh and eighth, because they go after each other. You don't have empty. There's no such thing as a sign. Not having a sign in a house. You can have no planets in a house. Like, for example, I don't have any planets in the fourth house, but I'm a fourth house Capricorn. You see how that works? So it is quite possible to have an empty house with regards to planets. But when you're looking at your house system, there is a sign occupying each house. It's impossible to not have a sign in the house. So you said you see Cap in your ninth. Yeah. You see Cap in your ninth. I'm repeating myself. I see that there. So that means that you have if you're seeing Capricorn on your ninth house cusp, that means you have Sagittarius across your seventh and eighth houses. Okay. So that being said, I'm going to move on now to the houses. We're going to move on to the houses, and we're talking about planting seeds for transformation, rebirth, and manifestation. Y'all keep the comments coming in the chat if you guys got a comment, and if you're watching this on demand, please drop the any comments or questions you have in the comment section underneath the video. So, gotcha. She says, okay, I gotcha. Okay, good. So we're gonna move on now. Let's go right in, and again, this is going to be timestamped. So I'm going to say 3915 for the first house. 3915, and y'all, there was something I knew I wanted to say earlier, but I'm gonna be honest with y'all. There are times when I go for my notes, y'all have seen me do it, and there are other times where I don't like to use notes. The times that I don't like to use notes is because sometimes when I'm doing something where I need to be open, the notes sometimes box me in. So I don't always use notes. It just depends on the subject matter. Okay. Thank you so much, Scorpio 1180. She said I will rewind later, but new subscriber and just got here. Perfect. Thank you for joining. Well, you're just in time because we are just now starting to go through the houses. So I'm going to say 3950. I'm going to change that. 3950 for Aries. If you have Aries in your first house, what seeds do you want to plant during this? And again, this is a water sign. This is a moon in the water sign. So work with the water element when you're doing your manifestations and your intention setting. Okay. Now, let's just say 40, 40-minute mark, Aries. If you have Aries in your first house, one of the things that you want to be, one of the things that you could want to work on, Aries in the, I said Aries. If you have, I said Aries. I'm at Scorpio, y'all. Pardon me. If you have, all right, Matt, back up. Let's just say 40 minutes and 30 seconds. 40 minutes and 30 seconds. All right. 40 and 30. If you have Scorpio in your first house, if you got Scorpio in your first house, you're Scorpio rising. You've heard it called Scorpio rising. Scorpio in the first house, that is the house of self. Okay. That is the house of appearances, the house of self. Your chart ruler is going to be a combo of Mars and Pluto. Okay. So transformation comes natural to you. You literally have the ability to transform every other area of your life from houses 1 through 12. You have the ability and the power to transform those easily. Why? Because your chart rulers are Mars and Pluto. Okay. So with Scorpio in your first house, some of the things that you might be, and you might see this coming during this cycle that you don't, well, you may not see it coming, but you may get something in the end that helps you to transform the way you look. The way you look may transform, or you may want to manifest a new look. You may want to manifest a new persona. You may want to manifest a new life. Maybe it's time to throw out the old and come in with the new for your whole life. That's that chart ruler that covers every area of your life. So maybe you want to manifest a completely new life. You transform yourself. If you got Scorpio in the first house, you've gone through a series of transformations in your life already up to this point. Constant renewal, constant recycling and renewing of your energy of self. So maybe something as simple as also you're able to attract, again, with Scorpio in the first house, you're going to attract attention because the first house is a house of appearances. So with Scorpio in your first house, Scorpio being the energy of magnetism and attraction, you are going to attract a lot of attention on yourself. So maybe you want to transform yourself. Maybe you want to plant seeds of manifestation to transform yourself, your appearance, something about you, your wardrobe, your hair, your anything. And it could be anything. When you got Scorpio in that first house, that's like a wild card. So any area, anything that you want to transform, now is a good time to do it. This is a good cycle for the next, I don't know, I would say between now and probably Thursday or Friday, because the peak of this new moon in Scorpio is going to be on Wednesday evening. So, and again, happy birthday to you in advance, Bernadette. I know several people who have birthdays on November the 19th, and y'all are some cool people. Shout out to anybody out there that's a Scorpio. Whether your birthday was in October, you've had it already here in November, or it's coming up. Shout out to you. Happy solar return to you. Okay, if you do celebrate it, I know everybody doesn't celebrate birthdays, that sort of thing, but some people it's important to. So those are some things that you probably want to work on transforming something about yourself, whatever that is. That only you know. But remember, when you're talking about Scorpio energy, Scorpio is also the energy of secrecy. So don't be out there telling everybody. I say this every month, y'all. When you are manifesting, you are setting intentions, you are planting seeds for something that you want to appear. Go read Matthew 6:6. Real simple. It says, pray in secret and the Father will reward you openly. Don't be telling anybody what it is that you're trying to manifest, because people who are haters, and everybody, if you're trying to do anything positive in your life, everybody got a hater. That's just that human nature, crab in the bucket syndrome. Okay. You got fans, but you also got haters too. You got supporters, but you also got haters too. Somewhere, if you're doing anything, you making any kind of moves, you getting any kind of attention, you got some haters. Okay. And Scorpio energy for some reason comes with haters. I don't know why that is. It just is. Okay. So anyway, don't be out here telling anybody what it is that you're trying to transform. What area? I mean, obviously you got Scorpio in your first house and you attract attention. So people are always watching you. But you know what? Manifest something to put on a show for them. Give them something to look at. Okay. Your fans are going to appreciate it. And your haters, give them something to hate. Give them something to hate. Okay. That is the energy of Scorpio in the first house. Rebirth, manifestation, transformation. What do you want to transform? Okay. What is it how do I want to transform? What is it that I want to manifest into my life? How do I want to be reborn? This constant cycle of rebirth. And let me give y'all a bonus tonight. Let me talk about this too. I'm going to say this going through the houses. Wherever you have Scorpio in your chart, that is also the area of life where you are the most indestructible. That is the area of your life where you are the most indestructible. Now, on the flip side, remember Scorpio is 8 energy. You can turn that 8 sideways, and that's infinity energy too. If it is the area where you are most indestructible, you also want to be careful because it can also be the area where you can be prone to self-sabotage if you are in low vibrational energy. So be careful for that. Always keep your vibrations high. If you want to stay out of that self-sabotage energy, confidence helps to keep you out of that self-sabotage energy. Okay. If you're somebody that self-sabotages a lot, and again, wherever you got Scorpio in your chart, that is an area where you can also be prone to self-sabotage. So if you're prone to self-sabotage, the only thing that ever causes self-sabotage is doubt. Okay? Is doubt, sometimes mistrust, because mistrust is a scorpionic theme too. Scorpios sometimes don't trust people, and everybody's got Scorpio somewhere in their chart. So wherever you don't have to be a Scorpio sun, moon, or rising, whatever area you got Scorpio in your chart, that's areas where you tend not to trust people as well. At times, it just depends on who it is or what it is. So to get out of that energy of self-sabotage, work on your third chakra, work on your solar plexus, work on your self-confidence. When you're confident, you're not worried about those things. I don't care what it is. I ain't got to worry about whether or not I trust you because you can't touch me anyway. That's that confidence energy. So that will help to keep you out of that self-sabotage energy. Being rooted, work on your root, really work on your masculine energy. You want to stay out of that energy of self-sabotage, work on your masculine energy. Okay. That's going to be your confidence, your security, and that throat chakra. Speaking soundly, speaking truth. Scorpios love truth. I know I'm spending a lot of time in this first house, but I want to get this out so that if I forget to say it in houses 2 through 12, y'all can remember I'm saying it right now. Take it and apply it. Apply it where it fits. Okay. So those are some themes for you if you have Scorpio in your first house. Now, spent quite a bit of time on that. We're at 4650. If you got Scorpio in your second house, if you got Scorpio in your second house, you probably want to be manifesting or transforming. You want to transform your money. You want to transform your material possessions. You want to transform the things that you value. You may want some rebirth or some refreshing, some renewal. Also, with this new moon cycle, you could see some themes coming in that area as well. You could see some themes coming in that area. Some themes that just come in out of unexpected. Why? Because the new moon, the sky is dark. So if you're walking around outside at night, you're more likely to kick something, step in something or whatever, bump into something, whatever. Okay. It's not like that full light that you get from the full moon. So you could see some things could surprise pop up for you in that particular area. Now, Scorpio in that second house, manifest some new money for yourself. Why do we want to manifest? Why do we want to renew these areas? What are we pulling in? Why are we manifesting these things? We're manifesting these things because these are the things that you are manifesting or the things that you are magnetically attracting, if they're high vibrational, or even low vibrational. Let me just keep it even. Let's keep it even, Stephen, across the board. Whatever you're attracting into your life with this Scorpio energy is going to help you to transform. Hopefully it is high vibrational and it's going to help you transform for the good and not for the not so good. So you have to be careful because a magnet is going to attract metal. It's going to attract metal, period. Okay. Is it some useful metal, some good metal, or is it some metal that's got some sharp edges to it that could potentially cut you? Okay. So those are some themes to look at. But if you got Scorpio in that second house, again, that's like having Taurus in the 8th. You're a money magnet. Okay. You're a money magnet where you want to be careful while you're manifesting and not to put your mind here, because where your mind goes, where attention goes, energy flows. So don't put your mind on the self-sabotage theme, but I have to mention it, okay, just so you guys know, because I don't just come on here to talk. I want you guys to grow. I want you guys to grow. Life is about growth, ascension. Sometimes we have setbacks, but it's about growth and ascension. So if you've got Scorpio in your second house, one of the themes you have to be careful of is you could self-sabotage in the way of money. Okay, you could go out here and spend money that you thought about later and wish you hadn't spent it. Some of those themes. Sometimes you make impulse purchases. I know that could be Aries in the second house too. But with Scorpio in that second house, you have to be careful because you're going to see perhaps constant renewal of your money. But the theme again is wherever you have Scorpio, that is where you are the most indestructible. So even with self-sabotage, I want y'all to know this, because let me end it on a positive note. Even when you're talking about self-sabotage, eventually you're going to bounce back. If you self-sabotage some theme and wherever you got Scorpio in your chart, or if you're a Scorpio sun, moon, rising, Mercury, Venus, or Mars, if you self-sabotaged, because Scorpio energy is indestructible, because it is eternal energy. It's the ruler of the 8th house. The 8, if you take it and turn it sideways, it's an infinity symbol. You're going to be indestructible. You're going to renew anyway. And you're probably going to renew with some lessons and some memories of how you perhaps failed the last time. So don't worry about the self-sabotage as much. I want you to put more focus on, I am indestructible in this area of my life. I can't lose. People I know that have Scorpio in the 2nd house, if you ask them, they will tell you, whenever it seemed like they were broke and down and out, money came in out of nowhere. They didn't even know how it showed up. Somebody came and dropped some money in their lap. They got a check they weren't expecting. They got a raise. They got a bonus. Whatever. They found some money on the street. Whatever. You walked up to the snack machine and there was a snack already down there, or you put 50 cents in. Well, it probably ain't 50 anymore with this economy, but I'm thinking back in history. You probably put some money in the thing to get one snack, and then 2 of them came out. Whatever. Okay, that's just how things work for you. You got this constant renewal. You're a money magnet. When it looks like you're out, boom, that scorpionic energy of transformation comes in and something new comes in. So Scorpio in the 2nd house, manifest something that you treasure. The 2nd house is where our treasures live, right? Where your treasure lives, there will your heart be also. So you have a heart for that. If you got Scorpio in the 2nd house, you got a heart for renewal. You got a heart for transformation. You also have a heart for intensity. You want to hopefully stay away from intensity when it comes to the 2nd house and material possessions and money, that sort of thing. If you can help it, let it intensely come in, not intensely go out. But we know if it intensely comes in, it could intensely go out too, because the universe is balanced. But anyway, I'm tripping, y'all. I need to move on to the 3rd house. But if you got Scorpio in the 2nd house, perhaps some of the seeds you want to plant in plant in the ground, plant in the water, because it's a water sign. Some of the things you want to plant in the water during this new moon cycle in Scorpio has to deal with money, material possessions, things that, and again, why are we doing it? Because you transform through that energy as well. Now, I know the 8th house is the house of transformation, but with Scorpio sitting in that 2nd house, you're going to attract money, and you're going to transform through money as well. Money will help you to transform some area of your life. So bring that in: money, valuables, material possessions, things that you treasure, whatever that is. Those are some themes that you want to be planting during this cycle. And of course, the Scorpio in the 2nd is typically going to be your Libra rising people. So balance is a theme for you as well. And that's kind of how that works. So, and unexpected during this cycle, because it's a new moon, sometimes we start to see these energies appear out of nowhere. You could have some money coming in out of nowhere that you didn't expect. So that's something to think about as well. Scorpio in the 2nd house. Now, 5250, if you got Scorpio in your 3rd house, during this cycle, you want to work on manifesting something that has to deal with transforming communication, or transforming the way you think, and maybe you want to attract some information that's going to help you to transform the way you think, hopefully. Somebody out there with Scorpio the 3rd house, man, whatever. Anyway, hopefully help you to transform something with your communication. Maybe you're going to get some out of the blue, unexpected communication that's going to help you to transform. Okay, maybe you're going to get some communication that's going to help you to transform as well. But with Scorpio in that 3rd house, you're someone who constantly that's that Romans 12:2, half of that Romans 12:2 thing that says, "Be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind." Somebody with Scorpio in the 3rd house, you are constantly renewing your mind. That is one of the themes of your life. You constantly go through this death and renewal of thought patterns and things on information, things that perhaps served you at one point that no longer serve you. You get new information, and it helps you to replace those old themes in your life. So with this, during this new moon cycle, perhaps you want to manifest some sort of communication coming in that is going to help you to transform some area of your life. Okay, perhaps you even want to manifest a renewal of your relationship with your siblings, because the siblings live in the 3rd house as well. But manifest something that helps you to renew. You also may want to manifest the renewal or some fresh energy in the way of perhaps publishing. Some of y'all may be writers, and you might be writing some things, or maybe you want to maybe you do want to publish something. All of those themes live there in the 3rd house: information, knowledge, communication. Those are the 3 biggest themes I see of the 3rd house. So manifest transforming the way you think, perhaps the way you speak about yourself, the way you speak about others. When you're in that first quadrant of the chart, you got those 4 quadrants: houses 1 through 3, houses 4 through 6, houses 7 through 9, and houses 12 through 10 through 12. So that first quadrant is self. Okay, self. The house itself is the first house. The things that I value is the second house, and how I present myself, how I express myself is the third house. So perhaps you need a renewal, or you want a renewal in how you express yourself. Okay. And because that third house is ruled by Mercury, that expression can be vocal. It can also be written. It can be artistic, whatever. However it is that you express yourself, work on perhaps or set an intention to renew how you express yourself, because I promise you that is somehow going to add value to your life. It's going to add value to your life. So that is some themes for Scorpio in the third house when you're talking about manifesting. And y'all, you can always get on your favorite search engine and type in what are some themes of Scorpio in the blah 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 house. Okay, or you can just generally speaking type in what is the third house govern, what is the fourth house govern, what is the fifth house govern. I don't want to just be on here presenting this information. I want you guys to learn it too. I want you guys to take your own notes at home, because when you write stuff down, when you write it yourself, y'all go back and watch that video I did about a year ago. Write it, see it, say it, hear it. Okay. When you write it, you see it. When you see it, you say it without moving your mouth. And when you say it, you hear it without hearing a sound. Write it, see it, say it, hear it. So always do your own study. Always take your own notes. Let it be written by your own hands, because it's going to glue it in a lot faster than hearing it from somebody else. Hearing it is always good, but when you can hear it and then write it down, it doubles down on it. And since we're talking about that third house of communication, right, and expression, write it down. So that helps me to help you guys. Okay, that helps me to help you guys. So if there's anything I miss, I don't try to cover it all. If I try to cover it all, it'd be a 4, 5, 6 hour video. So if there's anything I miss, you guys can help me help you by doing your own research and writing these things down. Now, let's see, 5705. You got Scorpio in the fourth house. Home, family, emotions. Those are some themes. Scorpio, the energy of rebirth. Okay, think the death card or the tower card for my tarot heads out there. Tarot, the death card is self-transformation. The tower card is divine intervention. Hey, I didn't want to transform, so now the Most High, the universe, is going to step in and make me transform. Those are the two themes with tarot as well. But those are the two Scorpio major arcana cards, the death card and the tower card. So you're always talking about transformation. One is self-transformation. The other is universally directed transformation. So when you're talking about Scorpio in that fourth house, you want to plant seeds for transforming your home life. You want to perhaps transform your emotions. When you're talking, the fourth house is a water house because it's ruled by Cancer. Okay, so when it's ruled by Cancer, which is ruled by the moon, that fourth house deals with the emotions. So when you got a water sign in a water house, that's double water. That's double emotion. That's also double spiritual power, spiritual juice, empathy. The ability to be an empath lives in that fourth house. Well, guess what? When you got the energy of the seer, Scorpio is the seer, Cancer is the empath, and Pisces is the psychic. Okay, when you have Scorpio, which is the energy of the seer, in the house of the feeler, that's a very powerful statement there. Okay, you have the ability to see what other people are feeling. That's powerful. That's powerful. If you got Cancer there, you can feel what other people are feeling. But when you got Scorpio in that fourth house, you can see what other people are feeling. So you want to perhaps transform your spiritual capabilities as well. You want that. That's gonna you want to manifest some fresh energy. Again, the fourth house deals with family, home, and the emotions. Perhaps you want to manifest some renewal of your home. Maybe you want a new house. Manifest that. Put that in your manifestation. Plant that seed. Okay. Maybe you want some fresh energy with regards to your family. Maybe it's time to recycle that energy. Maybe you had some issues with your family. Y'all weren't talking for a while or something like that. And you're like, you know what? It's time to let that die. It's time to renew. It's time to evolve there. Of course, if they're low vibration or draining your energy, protection of energy is paramount, because that's your energy. That's not anybody else's. Okay. You're going around people that drain you. How long are you going to let them keep draining you? Right. You'll figure it out. I ain't here to tell you. Keep going. If you ain't ready yet, keep going. Eventually you'll figure it out. I had to figure it out. We all have to figure out stuff in our own time. So, Perhaps plant the seeds of transforming your home or your emotions or, your family, something with something that has to deal with that theme, those themes, okay? Transform something about your home. If you transform your home is where the heart is, right? That isn't some random statement. Home is where the heart is. Guess what that fourth house is ruled by? It's ruled by the moon. The moon rules over the heart chakra, chakra number 4, chakra number 4. It's all connected. Fourth chakra, fourth house, both moon, both the heart, both emotions. So maybe you need a change of heart about something. Perhaps there's something you want a change of heart about. Manifest it, okay? Meditate on it. Work with the element of water. That's even going to be more powerful for you because you're a water sign in a water house during a water moon. That's a portal. That's a portal. Excuse me. That is a portal. There are 3 water houses. The 4th house is the first one. Okay. So let me move on to the 5th house. Those are themes if you have Scorpio in your 4th house. Okay. Those are going to be my Leo risings, I believe it is. My Leo rising. So shout out to those of y'all that have Leo in your 1st house. You're probably going to be a Scorpio in the 4th house. But if you got intercepted houses, it could be something else. So anyway, I deal with Placidus. I know a lot of people that study astrology, follow astrology, or astrologers. They like whole sign. They like equal house, equal sign, whole sign, equal house, whatever. I'm a Placidus guy. I want to see if you have an intercepted house because there's a past life theme there. If you got intercepted houses, there's something that you came back here to redo because you didn't get it done the last time you were here. And the Placidus system is the only one that's going to show you if you have intercepted houses. So do your thing. I like Placidus. That's what I stick with. That's what I learned on. That's what I stick with. So that is Cancer in the 4th house. 10150. If you have I said Cancer, I meant Scorpio in the 4th house. 10150. If you have Scorpio in your 5th house. The 5th house, I like to call 5th house a secondary sun sign too, because it's naturally ruled by the sun. So those. If you're a Scorpio in the 5th house, you probably are just as magnetic, oftentimes, as a Scorpio sun, because the 5th house is ruled by the sun. So that's a very powerful placement. But if you have Scorpio in your 5th house, then perhaps some themes during this new moon in Scorpio for transformation, some seed planting for you, rebirth. You probably want some rebirth in the things that you're passionate about. You know what you're passionate about. Go within, check in with yourself. I always tell y'all on this channel to go within. I follow the teachings of the Messiah, aka Jesus Christ, aka Yeshua, aka Yahushai, aka Yehoshua, aka Emmanuel, aka I don't get caught up in the name because too many people argue about stuff that don't matter when it's about energy and intent. What energy are you invoking and what is your intent? Okay, that is paramount than whatever name comes out of your mouth. Because you could say one of those other names. You could say any of those names and have your mind on something low vibrational and it ain't going to jive. Understand? See what I'm saying? So I know I'm going down the side road, but we got children live in the 5th house. So let's talk about that for a minute. Those of you that have children, you know what your first name is. My first name is Matt. I don't have any children, but let's say, for example, I had children. My name is Matt. If my child don't call me Matt, if they call me daddy, I still know that's my child. They want something. If they call me Pops, I know that's my child. They want something. Okay? They call me Matthew. I'll be like, why my child calling me by my first name? See what I'm saying? So we answer to a lot of different names. In the Army, I was Talford. Nobody calls you by your first name in the military unless, them officers, I don't know what they do. I was an enlisted guy. But my point is, I'm off on a tangent. That's that Mercury and Sagittarius. Let me come back home. Okay? The thing is, I got way off track there, okay? I got way off track. What am I saying? I'm saying if you got Scorpio in your 5th house, then some of the themes that you want to manifest is you want to go within, getting back to what I was saying about the teachings of the Messiah, Luke 17:21, he said the kingdom of God is within you. So go within. Find out what it is that you're passionate about. Find out what makes you feel alive and renew that. Refresh that. Maybe it's time for some new energy. Maybe you got a little bit stale. Maybe you got a little bit stagnant with your energy. You have the power to transform yourself. You also have the power to magnetize things that are going to help you to transform. That 5th house. So that 5th house is about our inner child. That's about the things that bring us joy, the things that we get excited about, things that are creative, of a creative nature for us or whatever. So it's time, perhaps during this new moon, for you to manifest something new for you with renewal there. Okay. All right. Passion and romance live there too. So maybe you've been by yourself too long. So maybe you want to manifest a high vibrational romantic partner or romantic experience as well. Okay? Passion. What's going to make you feel alive again? Manifest that, renew that, transform. If you've been stale, you've been stagnant, you haven't had a lot of joy in your life, use this new moon to manifest something that is going to bring you joy. And guess what? You may get a surprise during this new moon cycle where something comes in out of nowhere and gives you joy. And you're like, oh, wow, I wasn't even expecting that. That's kind of what happens with those new moons. Those new moons are kind of Uranian. Uranus is sudden, unexpected arrival. I have not seen a new moon where I did not get some unexpected occurrence that had to deal with the energy of that new moon. I haven't seen one yet. So with that Scorpio in the fifth house, perhaps you're going to see something, or something is going to appear that is going to make you feel alive, bring that passion out. Okay, but it's time for a rebirth. New moons are times to bring it. The new moon is about fresh, new energy. Okay, bringing something fresh, new that's going to renew you. Attract something. Manifestation. Scorpio power is magnetism. Is magnetism. Okay, if you're having trouble manifesting, y'all, work on that sacral chakra. Work on that sacral chakra. It's going to help you. Okay, it's going to help you. Work on that sacral chakra. Okay. All right. So that is Scorpio in the fifth house. 10610. If you've got Scorpio in your seventh house, no, sixth. I'm sorry, that was the fifth house. If you have 10610, if you have Scorpio in your sixth house, Scorpio in your sixth house, that is the house of what? Daily tasks, daily routines, things that we do on a regular basis, things that we do on repeat. Okay, things that we do on repeat. It's ruled by Virgo, so it also rules over the sixth house is ruled by Virgo, so it also naturally ruled by Virgo. Obviously, if you got Scorpio in the sixth house, then Scorpio is your sixth house, or your Mars/Pluto is your sixth house ruler. But that being said, the sixth house is naturally ruled by Virgo, and that is the theme of daily tasks, routines, as well as health. So maybe it is time for you to plant the seeds of transforming your health. Okay, if there's some health challenge that you've had, or maybe some daily task that has gotten mundane, and it is time for that old cycle to die so a new one can be born, do something. Work on manifesting or attracting what it is that you need to update and refresh those daily tasks. Okay, I know a lot of pure Virgos. I'm talking Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising. They love planners. They love day planners. They love that sort of thing. Maybe if you have Scorpio in your sixth house, then maybe you attract something like that as well. Also, Scorpio, I said I wasn't going to talk about the sacred energy exchange, but a sixth house Scorpio is someone that can also use sacred energy exchange because it adds to their health. Listen, everybody, no judgment. The problem on planet Earth is we tend to judge people by our standards or by society standards when everybody came here to do something different. So you be your judge. You be your judge. If you are somebody that, if that is health for you, then by all means manifest that. But manifest it with a high vibrational partner. Be in high vibrational energy when you're doing your manifestation. Okay? Maybe a lot of y'all are married, you ain't got to do that, but maybe it's time, maybe if that adds to your health, then you renew that within your marriage or whatever. I don't know. But the main thing, the theme with Scorpio that I look at is rebirth, transformation. So you are looking during this new moon cycle to transform your daily routines or transform your health. Transform your health. Okay. I don't know what that is for somebody. Virgo or the sixth house also rules over the gut. So maybe you got some stuff going on with that. I don't know. Whatever. Magnetize it. Work on that. Go within. Ask yourself, what do I need to transform my health? What do I need to transform my daily tasks? Always check within first. When you check within, I promise you, like magic, something is going to come into your reality that answers that question for you. I've seen it too many times. Dating back to last December. I will never not check in with myself again. I will never, ever for the rest of my days not check in with myself. Okay? The Most High showed it to me. It just came out of me. Matt, show me where this leak is coming from. Wow. There's rust on the bottom of my water heater. That thing was bugging me for weeks. I'm like, where's this slow leak water coming from? Is there something coming in from outside? I don't see any water stains on the sheetrock. There's nothing in the... Where's this coming from? Do I have a busted pipe? It was annoying me. Then I just, boom, I punched the freezer that I have out in the garage. Matt, show me where this thing is coming from. Whoop. My head turned. Like Matt turned the avatar's head, higher self, super conscious Matt, turned the avatar's head and tilted it down, and there I saw it, the water heater. So check in with yourself. The answers to everything that you need are inside of you. Luke 17:21, the kingdom of God is within you. A kingdom has everything you need in it. Anything you could possibly need or want is typically found within the kingdom. So go within. Go within, okay? All right. That is Scorpio in the 6th house. Scorpio in the 7th house. Okay. Scorpio in the 7th house are my Taurus rising people. Scorpio in the 7th. 110:35. Let's say 110:35. Scorpio in the 7th house. If you have Scorpio in the 7th house, then you perhaps want to transform. You probably want to look at some manifestation on transforming your partnerships, transforming your relationships. Okay. You need a rebirth, some fresh new energy with regards to also the 7th house is about balance. So maybe you're out of balance with regards to something in your life. The 7th house is ruled by Libra. Libra is about balance. It's also about honesty. It's an air sign. So it's about communication as well. Not so much in the Gemini or the 3rd house sense, not so much in the 9th house sense, but Libra is its own kind of, the 7th house is its own type of communication. But that central theme of the 7th house is partnership, marriage, legal issues live in the 7th house as well. Hopefully nobody's going through anything legal that is heavy for them. But if it is, this is the time you want to plant the seeds of renewal there. Plant the seeds of renewal there. But as far as that 7th house theme goes, marriage, partnership, those are the two biggest themes there. Business relationships, not so much sibling relationships. That's more of the 3rd house theme. But you can just say relationships in general. Okay, but I also like, when I look at that 7th house, also like to look up the 7 principles of Mayat, because all of those are 7th house themes. So truth, honesty, fairness, reciprocity. Maybe you've been given more than you've been getting back. Okay, or maybe you've been taking. Hopefully, you haven't been taking more than you've been given. But anyway, look to transform or set some intentions or plant the seeds of rebirth in your relationships, your partnerships, your business partnerships. Okay. I know I talk about this all the time because Libra is the scales of balance. It's also the scales of justice. So when you're dealing with that Libra, those Libran themes and those 7th house themes, things could come in to help rebalance you. Things could go out to help rebalance you. But if you set the intention to transform, renew your relationships, you're going to get and renew it from our highest good when you're intention setting. And remember, this is a water moon. Okay, this is a water moon. Scorpio is a water sign. So there's a water new moon. Work with the element of water when you're doing your manifestations. Maybe you look at something or transforming or renewing your partnerships, whether it's business, marriage, relationship, that sort of thing, or you attract something into your space that helps you to transform in that area, that helps you give you that rebirth energy. All right. So that's a good one. That is a good one. I like to see that. Scorpio also is the energy of sacrifice. I talk about this too. So, so Scorpio is the energy of sacrifice. So be sure that, if you're going to be sacrificing for a partner, make sure it's a high vibrational partner. Make sure remember, the 7th house is about balance. So make sure it's with someone that's going to pour back into you as well. Make that part of your rebirth. Make that part of your manifestation. You transform through partnership. So you need true partnership to help you transform. That's what Scorpio in the 7th house means. It means I transform through the area of partnership, those 7th house themes. So when you are doing your manifestations, and everybody's situation is different, so you already know what yours is. I ain't gonna tell you what to do. You know what to do with that. Transform, set those seeds of manifestation, rebirth of your partnership energy. Okay. And anything that's going to generally bring balance to your life, anything that you feel like is going to help you to be balanced, that is where you want to help, or that is where you want to magnetize to you. Okay. Or to help you to, that is what you want to, the seeds that you want to plant for your manifestation during this new moon cycle. All right. Let's move on to that 8th house. You got Scorpio in the 8th house, let's say 11445. If you got Scorpio in the 8th house, that is pure Scorpio energy. Okay. That is pure Scorpio energy. Some of the seeds you want to plant for transformation, anything that you need to help you transform, period. Okay. Some others, the 8th house is also the house of shared resources. So maybe you want to renew, or you want rebirth in the area of any shared resources. Okay. If the 2nd house is about my stuff, the 8th house is about our stuff. So if you've got any joint ventures, I know joint venture could be, seen as a 7th house vehicle, but when you're talking about the proceeds from that joint venture, that's 8th house because it's shared resources. So maybe if you have a business partnership and you need to renew those resources that are coming in, monetary resources to help that business thrive, whatever that is. Okay. If this is if you've got a marriage partnership or something like that, any shared resources that you bring into that home, that marriage or whatever, that partnership, that 7th house partnership, that may not be Scorpio. If you got Scorpio in the 8th, then that's going to be Libra in the 7th. Okay. So whatever that is that you have in that partnership, that relationship, those things that you guys share, maybe it's time to renew that. Maybe it's time to recycle that. Manifest it. Okay. Anything that's going to help you to transform, do that. Okay. And again, I said I wasn't going to talk about that sacred energy exchange, but y'all know what to do with that. Keep that sacred energy exchange high. Okay. Keep it high, especially with a water sign in a water house. Okay. And that, Scorpio does rule over that bread basket, so to speak. You know what I mean? That the genitalia, trying to keep it YouTube friendly a little bit over here. But yeah, maybe you need to transform your sacral chakra. If you're and again, the Scorpio naturally rules over the 8th house. So if you're having trouble manifesting, maybe you need some death and renewal of your sacral chakra energy. Maybe it's stagnant. Figure out how to work with that sacral chakra. Find you some crystals if you're into crystals. If not, find you some sacral chakra guided meditations. Maybe some self-hypnosis. Maybe some exercises or whatever that'll help you open that area, that zone up. Male or female, doesn't matter. Male or female. Okay. So those are some themes, maybe perhaps, that help you listen to sacral chakra sound bowls, sacral chakra tuning frequencies, rebalance that water. Look up online and see. So a lot of these, there are some tea companies that will sell you a blend for whatever chakra you need to help bring into alignment. So look out there and see who's got some sacral chakra tea. Hey, I need some tea for my sacral chakra to help remove blockages. Prayer also is a very powerful tool. Prayer. Place your hands over your womb area, ladies. Guys, put your hands over your where your nads are, whatever, or up in there. You know what I mean? I'm trying not to be too, you know what I mean, y'all. You know what I mean? Sometimes kids be watching, you know what I mean? But put your hands over there, close your eyes, go within, breathe. Breathing exercises work. Okay. That 8th house is the house of transformation, but it's also the house of manifestation. So if you're having trouble manifesting, you could have a sacral chakra blockage. Okay. All right. So those are some themes. Set the intention. Hey, I want to renew my ability to manifest. I want to renew my ability to transform. Transformation seems like it's been a little tough for me lately. If you got Saturn in your 8th house, then maybe you check in with yourself. Close your eyes. The kingdom of God is within you. Therefore, God lives within you. If you're high vibrational, okay? You don't want to be on that side of the spectrum where the Messiah was talking to the Pharisees and said, "You're of your father, the devil." If you're on that end, ain't nothing I can do for you. You can't, your ability to your vibrational frequency cap is lower than high vibrational range. So ain't nothing I can do for you. Hopefully you ain't watching this channel if that's you. But if that's not you, you know what I mean? Go within. Father, show it to me. Divine Mother, show it to me. Call your name. Matt, what do I need to do to unblock my sacral chakra? I'm saying Matt because I'm Matt, but I'm saying you plug your name in, make it fit where it fits, okay? Find out what it is that has you blocked. Or if you got a Saturn in your 8th house, look at your natal chart, give it a good natal chart astrologer and find out, hey, what are these themes? What do I need to do with Saturn in my 8th house? I did a video on that. I did a video on that. The house that you have Saturn in is where you're restricted, but Saturn restricts you to protect you. Okay. So maybe you want to maybe you want to pay attention to what that energy of Saturn is that you have, and make sure that you're operating in that energy with your mind on that particular house. Okay, this is what I need to do based on the sign that Saturn was in when I was born. This is the degree. So let me focus on this. Let me focus this type of energy into this so that Saturn can release my 8th house. That's another theme. Okay, just giving you guys some pro tips. All right, let's move on. That was Saturn in the 8th. We got 12015. Saturn in the 9th. Saturn, Matt, come on, not Saturn. Scorpio. That was Scorpio in the 8th. Scorpio in the 9th. 12020. Okay. Scorpio in the 9th. If you have Scorpio in the 9th, you're a gifted transformer. You're a gifted manifester. The 9th house is naturally ruled by Jupiter. So that is an area of expansion for us. It's also an area of where our gifts live. Okay. So maybe with some themes of the 9th house, you have the higher mind, higher intelligence, philosophy, spiritual religion in the sense that the Messiah taught, religion in the sense that the Christed one taught. Okay. Religion in the sense that Yeshua taught, that he wasn't out there teaching the same law that the Pharisees were. If he was, they would have never gone after him. He'd have been helping them make, hey man, we doing this tent revival down in Galilee, man. Come through, man. Yeah, man, we gonna clean up. Y'all know how they talk. Don't cap like y'all. Some of y'all pastors that still be watching me in secret. Don't cap like y'all be looking for ways to rake it in. We got to grow our new member base. We got to bring souls to Christ. Because by bringing souls to Christ, we bring more money to the offering pan. Don't act stupid. Don't act stupid, because it ain't a one of y'all that will put a 3-month moratorium on collecting. I guarantee you, ain't a one of y'all out there to do it. Well, we got to pay the bills. What's that? What's Joel Osteen's church name? Forget what they call it. What was the name of that? Lakewood, where they found all that money, $600,000 in the wall in the bathroom. Yeah, y'all miss me with all that. Yeah, I'm talking trash. That's part of that Daniel chapter 2 statue that's coming down. But this ain't a scripture video. Let me stick with the astrology. If you got Scorpio in your 9th house, okay, this is about transforming through travel. Okay, so maybe you want to attract something or manifest something that's going to allow you to go on some trip that's going to help you to transform. Okay, you transform by taking trips, by taking faraway trips, visiting faraway places, going on vacation, meeting with people that you never met before. Okay, you transform also through, again, spiritual religion. So maybe you want to go on a quote unquote religious retreat or spiritual retreat. That's going to help you to transform. Okay, but on top of that, manifest transformation of, maybe you have started to feel, the 9th house is ruled by Sagittarius, okay, which is ruled by Jupiter. That 9th house is about expansion. Sagittarians, or people that have 9th house placements, they do not like to feel tied down. So if you've been feeling tied down over the last several months, I don't know, how long the period has been in your life, but if you've been feeling restricted or tied down or feeling like you can't move freely, this is a good time for you to manifest that. This is a good time for you to manifest that. That is your transformation. You want to transform your ability to move freely. You want to transform your ability to spread your wings. You want to transform the enlargement of your territory. The prayer of Jabez, enlarge my territory. That Scorpio energy will help you to transform that. It's going to help you to transform that. Okay? Maybe you want to transform your ability to teach others. Wisdom lives in the 9th house. Wisdom lives in the 9th house. So perhaps you transform through wisdom. Maybe you want to manifest the arrival of some new wisdom into your life, because that's going to help you to transform. That's going to help you to transform. I know that's also a theme of having Sagittarius in the 8th. Okay. But with Scorpio in that 9th house, that ability to transform, that is a gift for you. You can transform, you can transmute easily. I didn't even talk about the transmutation part. I didn't even talk about the transmutation theme tonight. Scorpio transmutes. You can take one thing and turn it into something else. You can take one thing and turn it into something else. I did it this morning. I like to make fresh pancakes and waffles and things like that on Sundays. Okay. I was like, I had this much maple syrup left. And I'm talking about the real maple syrup, the stuff in the skinny bottles that comes from Canada. I ain't talking about no. I don't y'all hate when you go to a breakfast restaurant and they say, "Oh yeah, we're bringing you maple syrup," and you looking at how thick it is and how slow it's pouring, and you know good and well that's some Aunt Jemima or some Mrs. Butterworth corn syrup. Table syrup and maple syrup aren't the same. Okay, I know I'm down on a little tangent, but I'm talking to those people out there with cancer and Tarian placements because y'all like food as much as I do. So just a side road, but we're talking about transformation, okay, and transmutation, that sort of thing. I barely had enough maple syrup left for just one serving, and I was like, I don't feel like going to the store this morning. I'm feeling like I just want to stay at home today in my pajamas. I don't feel like going anywhere. So what I did, I said, all right, let me get in this kitchen. What do I have in here? I got a little bit of apple juice. I got some grape all fruit jelly. I got a little bit of honey in here. Let me get creative a little bit. I got a little bit of peanut butter powder. Y'all. What I did in that pan, little bit of vegan butter. What I did in that saucepan and quadrupled the amount of syrup I had left. Perfect. And gave me a new flavor. I was like, wow, this is transmutation. You can take something from one form and turn it into another. Here, I took some things that weren't even syrup and turned it into syrup. That is an example of transmutation. And Scorpio energy does it better than any other energy in the zodiac wheel. Any other energy can try, they can't do it like Scorpio. Capricorn might come close because Capricorn is the energy of the problem solver, so they might figure it out. But transmutation, they can't do it like a Scorpio. They can't. So that's an example. You have a gift for transmutation as well if you have Scorpio in that 9th house. So plant some seeds to renew that power, renew that transformation power. Same for you if you got Scorpio in the 8th. Y'all know sometimes these themes, these house themes bleed over into the next. Aries energy bleeds over into Taurus. Taurus energy bleeds over into Gemini. That's how the zodiac works. You always get a little bit, whatever sign you're touching, that's what you're gonna get a little bit of. That's since we're in Scorpio season. This is why you have an October Scorpio. I know I'm taking y'all down the side road. I'm coming back. We're gonna hit Scorpio on the 10th next. You got an October Scorpio. October touches what? September. The sign before Scorpio on the October side is Libra. So when you're dealing with an October Scorpio, they tend to have a little bit more Libran energy about them than a November Scorpio. When you get a November Scorpio, they tend to have more Sagittarian energy than an October Scorpio. Think about it. November Scorpios don't like to feel trapped. They don't like nobody. They don't like feeling constricted. Okay, they don't like nobody tying them down. They tend to be a little less vocal than perhaps an October Scorpio. October is touching Libra, so they're a little bit. October Scorpios tend to be a little bit more outgoing. November Scorpios tend to be a little bit more reserved and about what it is. They can kind of be on the go a little bit, whereas the October Scorpios tend to be a little bit more on the homebody side, like a Libra. But yeah, it's all of these signs rub off on each other. They all rub off on each other a little bit. So I forgot how I got on that or why I got on that. But anyway, that's for somebody, I guess. That's for somebody. I forget how or why I even took y'all down that side road. But anyway, I was saying because I'm on the anyway. Again, that's what I was saying. I was saying about the Sagittarian themes or whatever. So when you're talking about Scorpio in that 9th house, they do not like to feel tied down or whatever. So maybe you manifest something that's going to help you to be free and that sort of thing. I'm going to move on because y'all, I'm a Mercury Sagittarius and I can jump from one thought to the next and then forget what I was doing the last time. So let me move on. That was Scorpio in the 9th house. You are gifted at transmutation. Maybe you want to manifest something that is going to help you to maybe expand your higher consciousness, maybe become the 9th house is ruled by Jupiter. It's also about being benevolent. So these are some of the most benevolent, gift-giving type Scorpio energies you're going to find are 9th house Scorpios. Okay, that's another theme there. 9th house Scorpios and 12th house Scorpios too, because 12th house is ruled by Pisces, and Pisces, they like to give a lot, just like Sagittarians, that sort of thing. Anyway, let's keep it moving because I got way off track there. 129.25. You got Scorpio in your 10th house. Scorpio in your 10th house, okay, that the 10th house is the house of career. The 10th house is the house of career. If the 4th house is the house of family, home, and privacy, that sort of thing. The 10th house is about your public image and your career. So if you got Scorpio in your 10th house, you're somebody that has the ability to constantly renew and regenerate your career. Okay. Renew and regenerate your public appearance, your public persona. So during this new moon in Scorpio, perhaps you want to plant the seeds of transforming. You probably want to transmute some career energy. Maybe you're in a career type of situation. You want something different. Okay. It's time to let go of that old situation. Maybe it no longer serves you. You have the ability to transform it. Now, you got the power to transform it because Scorpio is a very powerful sign. That is the sign of raw power as well. You're talking Pluto. Pluto is that tower card energy. It comes in, it tears down old structures and replaces it with new. It tears down something old, replaces it with something new. That's that raw Plutonian power. That's Scorpionic as well. So maybe it's time for you to say, hey, you know what, man? I want to manifest something new with regards to my career. Okay, that 10th house is naturally ruled by Capricorn, so it's about achievement as well. Perhaps you want to manifest you want to transform something. Maybe you're not feeling successful in whatever it is that you do for your career. Maybe it's time for you to transform that. Transform that so you can get that win. That Capricorn, that 10th house energy, it likes to win. Now, the thing is, it is Saturnian energy. So sometimes these 10th house themes can be slow moving. They can be slow rolling. However, with Scorpio in that 10th house, you have the ability to transmute it and renew it and turn it into something that does serve you. So maybe you want some rebirth in the career space. Maybe you want to plant the seeds of manifestation for transforming your public persona. You know what? That's the old me. That's the me I showed them before. And I'm not talking about in the first house sense where, this is how I appear, but I'm talking about, the second tier where you're talking about how you appear at home versus how you appear in the public. That's that, not the general first house sense, but more of that 10th house sense. Manifest that. Manifest. The other thing with Scorpio in that 10th house, you can also problem solve through transformation. You can problem solve. That 10th house ruled by Capricorn. Capricorns are the number one problem solvers of the zodiac, hands down. In the same way that Scorpios are the number one manifestors and transmuters of the zodiac, alchemists of the zodiac, Capricorn is the number one problem solver. So that's a very powerful combination to have Scorpio in that 10th house. That is a very powerful combination to have Scorpio in that 10th house. You can transmute a problem and turn it into a solution. You can take a problem and turn it into a solution. That's that old theme of turning pain into purpose. You can do that. So if there's something that you need some rebirth in that 10th house space, now's the time to plant that seed. All right. That's if you have Scorpio in that 10th house. Scorpio in that 11th house, let's say 132.50. 132.50. If you got Scorpio in that 11th house is ruled naturally by Aquarius. So you got that humanitarian nature. You got that Scorpio, that sacrificing for the good of others. I mean, Scorpios do that naturally anyway, but they kind of be the Scorpio energy in general tends to be very selective with that. However, when you got Scorpio in the 11th house, you're going to be a little bit less selective than just pure Scorpio energy. And how does that work? That works because Aquarius is the natural ruler of the 11th house, and Aquarians are some of the most selfless people you've ever wanted to meet. If you know an Aquarius, you know somebody that will give you the shirt off their back. That is the Aquarian nature. They want to help. And the other thing with that Aquarian nature is it goes against the grain. It goes against the norms. It thinks outside of the box. So to have the energy of the transmuter in that 11th house, you have the ability, the energy of the energy of death and renewal in that 11th house. You can constantly renew the energy that you use to help others be successful. That it sits opposite that 5th house that's ruled by Leo, where it's about, hey, this is where I shine. That 5th house is where you shine. That 11th house is where you help others to shine. Hey, I know how to shine now. I've gone 180 degrees around that 11th house. Because I know how to shine, now I'm going to help you to shine. So guess what? You can use that energy of transformation to help any groups or any team projects, any humanitarian efforts, any, if you're working with nonprofits, that sort of thing, whatever that 11th house theme is for you, It could be volunteer organizations, that sort of thing. Even sometimes, in some cases, institutions of higher learning. You see Aquarian themes there as well. So perhaps manifest some rebirth in how you interact with others, and how you help others to find their raw power. Also, this is with that being the energy of Uranus. A lot of times, the way you do it is completely unexpected. It is out of the box. People don't see it coming, and people typically don't see Scorpio energy coming anyway because it's the Scorpion. The Scorpion doesn't like to be seen. And that's the interesting dichotomy of Scorpio energy, right? Because when you're talking Scorpio sun, moon rising, or whatever house you have Scorpio in, you can see others, but you don't like anybody looking into you. Okay? You can see others, but you don't like anybody looking into you in that way. Scorpio's like, yo, don't wait. What you checking for me for? Why you up in my business? But a Scorpio ain't got no problem getting yours. But it ain't that they're prying per se. They just see it. They like a Scorpio, they can't turn off their ability to see. So when you got Scorpio in that 11th house, you see everything that's right and everything that's wrong with different groups. Okay, and you can apply that to any other house, but I'm talking about the 11th right now. You can see everything that works and everything that doesn't. And that's the thing with Aquarius energy. That's another powerful placement, because Aquarius is all about that doesn't work. Or yeah, that might work for you, but you're one person and there's 500 people in this group. So watch it 499 suffer so you can eat good, or so that you can live high off the horse or high off the cow, or whatever that statement is. That's that Aquarian energy. So they're like, Aquarius like, nah, we going to flip that. We going to make sure these other 499 are eating too. I don't mind you eating, but if you're going to eat these other 499, go eat too. Let's fix this. So with Scorpio in that house, you have a keen sense of being able to see what needs to stay and what needs to go. And you got the energy of the transformer there. So maybe you want to plant some seeds that help you to transform how you interact and how you engage and how you use your power of transformation to help transform these groups and whatever their cause is. Okay? Whatever the cause of that particular organization is, or whatever goals that organization is trying to achieve, you alone even have the power to transform all of that. That is some very powerful energy you're sitting on when you got Scorpio energy. And that is the energy of constant renewal. So if it looks like you down and out, guess what? If it looks like somebody is hating on you and they don't want you in this group anymore, you probably already saw through it anyway. Guess what? The Most High, the universe, source, is going to send you to another group that actually appreciates you. So maybe that's something you want to some rebirth in is your group participation and how you interact with others and how you help to transform others. And also with technology being a theme of the 11th house and innovation, this is you transform. You also help to transform others and transform through the energy of innovation as well. So maybe you want to plant the seeds to manifest some new tool. Okay, Aquarius energy is about building tools that help. Remember, it's like that BASF commercial. We don't just help others to. We don't make the things you use. We make the things we use. We don't make the things you use. We make the things you use better. That is that Aquarian way. That's the Aquarian way. So you have the ability to see that if you have Scorpio in that 11th house. Use it, manifest it, and you may also, with this being a new moon, you may see something show up that carries that sort of energy, some surprise energy of. And the 11th house is all about surprises anyway. The 11th house ruled by Aquarius, which is ruled by Uranus. That's all about surprises anyway. Sudden, unexpected. So sudden, unexpected transformation may occur for you during this new moon cycle. Wanted to say that, okay? Last but not least, 138.55, if you have Scorpio in your 12th house. 138.55, you have Scorpio in your 12th house. If you got Scorpio in your 12th house, then you have the ability and you have the innate sense or the innate ability to be able to transform your subconscious. You also have a sharp, keen sense to see the unseen. Things that are hidden live in the 12th house. Okay, here's the difference. Because things that are hidden live in the 8th house as well. The 8th house is the house of secrets, but they're secrets that you want to keep secret when the 8th house is about your secrets. Okay, The 12th house is about perhaps secrets of the universe or secrets that are not yours. Remember, people that have 12th house placements or people that have Pisces, sun, moon, rising, they have this uncanny ability to the psych. Okay, I've talked about this before. And again, that's a water sign in a water house. Okay. I've talked about this before. Pardon me. Pardon me, y'all. I've talked about this before. Water signs and water houses are powerful. And the three spiritual modalities, if you will, fourth house, aka Cancer, fourth house or Cancer, if you got major Cancer placements or major fourth house placements, you have this empathy. You carry the energy of the empath. You have the ability to feel people, places, and things. You can feel the energy of people. You can feel the energy of rooms, places, environments. You can feel the energy of things. Okay? That is your superpower if you have Cancerian placements or fourth house placements. If you have Scorpio placements or eighth house placements, you have the ability to see. You can see through anything. You can see, and you literally can see in the dark. Not, literally like you got light shining in your eyes, but I'm talking about spiritual things that are hidden, things that people try to hide. Nobody can hide things from you if you're a Scorpio. That's the other thing. Nobody can hide anything from any of the water signs. You can't hide anything from someone that has Cancer energy or fourth house energy because they can feel. Then one, they can feel that you're hiding something. Two, they can feel what it is that you feel. They feel your energy. So you can't hide anything from them. Water reveals all things. If you got Scorpio energy, somebody can see that you're hiding something. They can see. That's why they call Scorpio the lie detectors. A Scorpio knows when somebody's lying and when they're telling the truth because they can see it. Something about your body language going to give it away. Something is going to tip that Scorpio off to the fact that you're hiding something or that you're lying because they see it with their eyes. And then the Pisces or 12th house placements, they know because the 12th house, Pisces, Neptune, that rules over the subconscious mind. That rules over the subconscious mind. It also rules over, mental health. You got physical health issues that live in the 6th house. Opposite the 6th house is the 12th house. 6th house is ruled by Virgo. 12th house is ruled by Pisces. If the 6th house is physical health, then the 12th house is mental health. Okay. So if you have Scorpio in the 12th house, you can see when somebody got mental health problems. You can see when somebody is you can see things that are hidden, that the universe perhaps hide. You are a universal seer. Let me say that. The universe sends you in to see stuff or to pick up on stuff that maybe other people can't see. That's your superpower if you have Scorpio in the 12th house. So with that Scorpio in that 12th house, you not only have the ability to see the things that are hidden, things that are in people's subconscious, you can see it. You also can see things in the spirit realm. You literally can see spirits. That's a gift that you have. You probably saw it back when you were a child. You probably scared you that you could actually see things. Like what was that movie years ago with Bruce Willis and the little boy? I think it was called The Sixth Sense, where he was like, I see dead people. I'm not saying you see dead people, but you probably can if you got Scorpio in that 12th house, because it is the energy of the seer in the house of the unseen, in the house that rules over the spirit realm, in the house that rules over that bridge. The 12th house is the bridge between heaven and earth, the physical and the spiritual, the natural and the supernatural. That's your living family and your ancestors. Those are 12th house themes that I like to see. The current life and past lives. You have the ability to see all of this stuff if you have Scorpio in the 12th house. So maybe the seeds that you want to plant for transformation, again, the 12th house is things that are hidden. Sometimes they're things that are hidden from us. And they're going to remain hidden from us until the Most High or divine timing kicks in, or that due season kicks in for us to see those things that were hidden from us for however many years, sometimes since birth. Okay, so maybe what you want to manifest is the transformation of something that you perhaps saw that was of a spiritual nature, or maybe perhaps you want to help people transform their subconscious mind. Scorpios are healers too. All the water signs are healers. All of the water signs are healers in some capacity. A lot of the people with heavy water placements, they've gone through some sort of something physically or spiritually that helps to activate their internal gifts that they were born with. So Perhaps you want to plant the seed to help transform either your own subconscious. You perhaps want to renew your ability to see as a seer. Perhaps you want to manifest something of a spiritual nature. Perhaps you want to manifest, that's that axis of information too, right? Because you got Virgo that rules over the 6th house and Pisces that rules over the 12th house. Well, Virgo is ruled by Mercury. Okay, so that 12th house rules over our imagination. That 6th house rules over that thing, those things which are physical. So maybe you want to manifest something that has to deal with the imagination. Perhaps you want to magnetize something that you imagine and bring it into your reality. That's a superpower you have too, that you probably didn't even know that you had because it was hidden from you. Scorpionic energy is magnetic. Okay. So use that to magnetize something that you imagine, the life of your dreams, whatever it is. Anything that you imagine, you have the ability to magnetically pull it to you when you have Scorpio in the 12th house. That's a superpower. That is a superpower. So maybe you just simply want to manifest the sharpening of that gift. Okay? Maybe you want to manifest, again, this is more Romans 12:2 information. Be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. That's 3rd house Scorpio and 12th house Scorpio. One of them renews the conscious mind. The other renews the subconscious mind. So maybe you need a rebirth in your subconscious mind. Maybe you've had a whole lot of stuff that has been working on your mental health over the last 6 months and you just tired. Okay? It's time to transform. It's time to go from caterpillar mode where you're dodging, hoping nothing or no one steps on you and smashes you. Y'all, I've stepped on caterpillars before and been heartbroken because I didn't see them. And I look down, I'm like, oh my God, he's not going to be a butterfly now. I know that sounds crazy, man, but you know, I'm maybe it's the Cancer moon. I got a soft spot in my heart for life, especially when it's high vibrational. So now I've killed a few snakes in my lifetime. I know some people say you shouldn't kill snakes or whatever, but when they curl up like that, like they want to hit, you're like, oh no, you got to get it now. If you had just tried to scurry away, I might have, helped you along or helped to move you away. But when you want to curl up like you want to snap at somebody, well then, you will put in my path for me to deal with you. So I got to deal with you. Sorry. But anyway, I don't like if I don't see a caterpillar step on it. That breaks my heart or whatever, for whatever reason. So my point is, you perhaps are moving from that caterpillar mode and you want to transform into that butterfly mode and become that supernatural butterfly where now nothing can touch you because you can fly. Transform your subconscious mind. All right. Manifest, renew your subconscious mind. Be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Romans 12:2. Scorpio 3rd house, Scorpio 12th house. All right. Do that. Maybe you need, maybe it's time for you to transform an ancestral pattern. Maybe it's time for you to transform an ancestral pattern if you've got Scorpio in that 12th house. God favors you. God watches out for you. Let me tell you something. I've said this before. I'll say it again. There's some signs out there that the Most High really looks out for because they come here to do some heavy lifting. In no particular order: Scorpio, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Virgo. Those 4 signs right there. Those 4 signs. Those are 4 energies that I've known and observed in my own lifetime that go through the most. They go through the most. Virgo. No particular order. Virgo, Capricorn, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Those 4 signs go through the most. So they get a lot of universal protection, especially if they're high vibrational. If they low vibrational, the universe going to slap you up and get you in that high vibration because you got a job to do. That ain't just about you. You got a job to do that ain't just about you. So universe going to check you, get you in that right alignment. If you low vibrational, but you're supposed to be high vibrational, universe going to make sure you get right. If you high vibrational, you come with premier angelic protection because God put you on this planet to do something special. And whatever house you got those different signs in, you came here to do something special. You got protection there too. This is how these things work, y'all. You got the planet and then you got the house. I spent probably more time on that than I needed to, but somebody needed to hear that. Okay. So transformation, planting seeds of transformation, rebirth, and manifestation. You want a rebirth of your subconscious mind. You also perhaps want a rebirth of your ability to see. that which is unseen, that which is hidden from everybody else. That which is, I know a few Scorpio 12th houses. If you got Sagittarius, if you're a Sag rising, you got Scorpio in the 12th house. I know some dope people that are Sag risings, and they can tend to see things that other people do not see. Especially the higher frequency they are. Especially the higher frequency they are, they have the ability, and the more of those signs that they have that I just talked about, they have the ability to see things that other people don't see. You have to. Think about those 4 signs I just talked about. You have to. You have to, because you usually got to heal or transform some stuff. Cancers feel what other people don't feel. And people try to talk them out of it. You're like, nah, I feel this. You can't lie to me. I feel it. You can't tell me this ain't going on. Scorpio, they see what other people don't see. Aquarians, they have to see what others don't see because they're humanitarians. And Virgos, if 12 signs walk through a room, 11 signs might pass it by, but that Virgo going to see that crooked picture frame and fix it. That's all. That's all, y'all. That's all. Let me put 150.46 for the end here. 150.46 for wrap up. Let me go through the comments, y'all, and we'll wrap this video up. I thank y'all for being here tonight. Y'all are thebomb.com. I thank y'all. Y'all, we got 2 more of these. We got 2 more of these moon videos to go, y'all. And then it's a wrap for the moon videos. I got some other stuff that I'll probably be doing on this channel. And I'm going to continue to do whatever the Most High drop in my lap with regards to prophecy, with regards to world events, any of that stuff that y'all got, that we got going on. A lot of the prophecy now is kind of getting a lot of the prophetic videos that you, content that you guys have seen me do in the past. Some of it now is starting to feel redundant. And I feel like the spirit is kind of pulling me back a little bit. But this is what I wanted to ask y'all in this wrap up, y'all. And thank y'all if y'all are still here watching. This is what I wanted to ask y'all in this wrap up. I see I got 22 people in the chat. So y'all let me know in the chat. Put a hand up emoji, or just get some comments, a little short feedback, blurb, whatever. How many of y'all have felt the shift, the energetic shift over the last 24 to 48 hours? I'm going to raise my hand first. How many of y'all have felt this energetic shift over the last 24 to 48 hours? I can't, it's difficult to describe, but it's like a level up. There's just an energetic cosmic shift. I know a lot of people are feeling like ascension symptoms where people are feeling extremely exhausted. It's like you wake up, the sun's coming through the window or whatever. You feel like you're awake and you're like, oh, wait, it's time to get up. As soon as you put your feet on the floor, take 2 steps, you feel like, oh, what am I doing? I need to go lay back down, or lie back down if you want to be proper English or whatever. I need to go lie back down. How many of y'all are feeling these? What's up, Whitney? What's up, Whitney? Thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for being ER. Thank you. Thank you. A lot of us are feeling that. A lot of us are feeling that. So listen, if you're feeling that energetic uptick, if you're feeling that shift, congratulations. Congratulations. You made that portal jump. The sun is beaming down. Y'all, listen, I know there's a lot of people talking about, well, the planes aren't flying because of the government shutdown, and the government and they reopened the government, and they're reissuing like checks and EBT and whatever, but they're still not flying as many planes. I think it ain't got nothing to do with no government shutdown. I think it's got everything to do with that cosmic plasma energy coming off the sun and its ability to disrupt electronics. You can't have all them airplanes in the air when you got coronal mass ejections coming down and solar storms. That's dangerous. So listen, when you know what the sun, those of y'all who sun gaze, or those of y'all who garden and you see like the water droplets during spring and summer on your plants when you're watering them, and you're looking at those different colors in the water drop, the color spectrum, that's information. That's the same information that you got in your body. The root through the crown. It's the same information coming from the sun. So guess what? The sun is upgrading your chakras. That's the whole color spectrum thing. The sun is upgrading your chakras, which is awakening your energy body even further. You thought you were awake and then something happened. I thought I was awake. I'm seeing some occurrences, some spiritual occurrences, and I'm like, I ain't gonna tell y'all what they are because I know I always had the ops watching too. So the ops can go EAD. When you know what that means, the ops can EAD. I ain't giving y'all nothing. I just saw something on the Jimmy Dore show today that said that Zuckerberg and them are like using your private messenger chats now to feed AI. WhatsApp, WhatsApp, Facebook, and Instagram. I'm like, did Jimmy Dore just drop this on the show? He had some guest on there that was explaining this stuff to you. So I'm like, look here, if y'all don't want to be giving away no ideas, be careful of what if you got some proprietary IP, don't be telling nobody about it in no messenger, no chat or nothing, or even online until you get your stuff published and copyrighted or trademarked or whatever. All right. Because they out here, the ops out here for real. So I ain't gonna say what I've been seeing over the last 24 to 48 hours, but it's been mind blowing. Y'all, we are about to enter. We're not about to. We're entering a new golden age. And some people ain't feeling nothing. Their vibration's too low. Why do y'all think I've been on this channel for the last 2 years, 2.5, 3 years, talking to you about energy, frequency, and vibration, showing y'all that upside down emotional frequency chart scale, Hawkins scale, I think is what they call it. Why do y'all think I've been doing this? I've been on y'all about keeping your frequency high. This is the season we're in now. This is why certain software guys, well, you know, we gotta make sure that everyone around the world is synated. Well, the world's not gonna open back up until everybody's had the whoop-de-doo. Well, you know, this is called the software of life. Ah, okay, software guy. Y'all done figured out that we got internal software and you got a software guy trying to disrupt it. The good news is he's a clown. It took like almost 16 years for Windows to get solid before it was crashing with general protection faults. So you see how when you dig a pit, you fall in it? See how the Most High send you strong delusion? They put the #1 software guy in the world who happens to be one of the worst software guys in history. Took 16 years for his product to get solid. Meanwhile, Apple stuff was cool. Yo, y'all, they hated me in corporate America because I was an Apple dude. They're like, how you going to work at this company and use Apple? I'm like, because I buy what I want to buy with my money. Y'all, we in bonus time now. I'm wrapped up. We're going to get up out of here. But I just wanted to see that. I wanted to see who was feeling this energy shift. It's only going to keep going up from here, y'all. So if you high vibrational and you feeling that shift, congratulations. All right, let me read some comments. Y'all. Thank y'all for being here tonight. I think I stopped at that. Rewind. All right, let's see. Bella said, transform like a rotating door. That's right. Bernadette said, thank you, Matt. You are welcome, Bernadette. Thank you for being here. All right, Cassandra put some smiley faces up there. She said, I'm trying to manifest Gehenna. That fire raining down on their heads. They've been very naughty. Yo, fair use. Let me tell you something. They ain't gonna let you. I'm sorry. You manifest it, but it ain't gonna come till due season. Because let me tell you something. It's a whole lot of folks out here. If they could manifest that on demand, it'd be a whole lot of smoke rising all around the earth right now. Okay. So I laugh when I see that because people in my family, they know how I am. And they like, Matt, you the last person they gonna give the ability to send fire out of your eyes because you the last person they gonna give it to, Matt. You got too many. Let me shut up. Before I have to tell the ops to hold these. All right. Matter of fact, no, I don't even hold these. I don't want y'all on them. I don't even want y'all touching. No, you can't hold these. Go hold somebody else's D's. Anyway. These planters. Yo, hold these planters. How you want them? You want them in the shell or out of the shell? Hold these planters. Hold these roasted planters. Hold these dry roasted planters. Let me stop, y'all. Let me stop. Oh, what we got here? Beauty Core Physics in the house. Thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for being here. She said, I have 3 Scorpio placements with Scorpio Sun. Got fresh, how whites and obsidian and rose quartz today, trying to balance. Yeah, that rose quartz ain't no joke. I'm gonna tell y'all. Nah, I'm gonna keep it off. I'm gonna keep it offline. But let me just say I'm happy to say that I've done some internal work that has helped me to unblock some chakras that I had blocked for a very long time that I didn't know were blocked, that were affected. So yeah, man, when you do the work, it shows up. I'm telling you, when you do the work, it shows up. She said, I love when Matt breaks the houses down like this when we need the message. Thank you, Beauty Core. I appreciate that. She said, I'm the 12th house. I have a ways. Haha. That's funny. Yeah, you did, but you got it. We got you there. Oh, low battery. Let me hold on, y'all. I don't want to cut out on y'all. Hold on. It's okay, girl. 'Cause I will be all right tonight. You don't have to call. It's okay, girl. 'Cause I will be all right tonight. It's okay. Y'all know how you be listening to a song and it gets stuck in your head. All right, let's see. Neptune and Mercury and Scorpio. Okay. Woo, Mercury and Scorpio. That's them sharp-tongued ones. That's them sharp, but they don't miss no details with no conversation. That Mercury and Scorpio is like Mercury and Virgo. They ain't missing no details. And that Mercury and Scorpio and that Mercury and Virgo, they gonna go through every word you say with a fine-tooth comb. I've learned that over the years. Esperanza said, did you talk about Scorpio in the first house? I did. Scorpio sun, Scorpio moon, Scorpio Venus. Woo, you a Scorpio stellium. Wow. Heavy Esperanza. Heavy Esperanza. Ain't nobody getting nothing past you. Ain't nobody getting nothing past you. What's up, Shalom, fam? Got me another Capricorn in the house. What's up, Capri 10? Thank you for being here. She said, yes, SB, he's on the 5th. Oh, I got you. Appreciate y'all. Wow, that's a lot of Scorpio. I'd be Beauty of Core. Esperanza can handle it. She can handle it. If she got that many Scorpio placements, she got a lot of stuff she came here to transform. All right? A lot of stuff that she came here to transform for herself and others. So respect to you. Respect to you. Fair, you said I found a store that it has walls of herbs and crystal oil. Oh, that's nice. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Barbara Garcia here from Estrada High Tea. What's up? What's up, y'all? What's up? She said, I love the Scorpio series. Matt is great. Oh, there, y'all. Okay, thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. I really do. Thank you. She said, I'm coming up. Oh, you come. Okay, yeah, we finally got to you. We got through everybody. Alchemy, Matt. That's right. And y'all, let me tell you something. There's so many themes, y'all. And with the bright lights in my eyes and it being after 8 o'clock, I try to just stay narrow focused with it, because if I try to go all over the place, I'd probably lose. I mean, I'm a Mercury and Sagittarius, so we can tend to hop from one thing to the next. You know, that's just kind of how that works. And I'm a 3rd house Sagittarius too, so it's double. I got double that Sag energy there. Living high on a hog. That's right. Off the hog. That's right. Well, Barb, now we know how I ended up in Costa Rica. Beauty of core physics. I love that. Oh, what's up, Prima? I'm from India. Okay, what's up? What's up, India? We got India in the house. Thank you for being here, Perner. Thank you. She said, I definitely want to work in my full power agency. Yup. I also Scorpio. Oh, you Scorpio too, Perner. Okay, all right. Thank you for being here. She said, I'm a Scorpio on the 12th. That was amazing, and I needed to hear it. Yes, Sag rising, and it's not easy, man. Yeah, that's Beauty of Core. Let me tell you something. My heart goes out to the Sag risings, because Sag rising. I know. I said earlier, Scorpio rising gets a lot of haters, but Sag rising probably gets the most haters, and I say that because they have Jupiter as their chart ruler. So everything a Sag rising touches, they expand, and everything they do is going to be a little bit bigger than everybody else. Okay. Everything they do is going to be a little bit bigger than everybody else because of that Jupiter influence. So, they either going to have appreciators or haters. It's very seldom is it in between. They're going to, when you got Sagittarius rising, you're going to be celebrated or hated, and with very little in between. So my heart always goes out to Sag risings. It does. So I appreciate you. Just know that. Long time. I also read astrology. Oh, very nice. So Perna, if you're still here, do you do more of the Vedic or the tropical? I've learned a little bit about the Vedic system. My preference is the tropical, but I got much respect to the Vedic, especially because with the tropical, you don't get the lunar mansions, the moon mansions, which give you a lot more information. So with regards to the emotional, what's the word I'm looking for? The emotional temperature of the emotional environment, like what's going on in the world emotionally. You're going to get a lot more detail. There have been days where I said to myself, you know what? If I had tuned into one of my Vedic astrologers this morning, and the two I like to watch are Joni Patri and Sylvia Soriodaya, because they do your Vedic horoscopes weekly, daily sometimes. There have been days where I'm like, man, if I had just turned that on earlier this morning and found out what moon mansion or what mansion the moon was in or what lunar mansion the moon was in today, I might have kept my mouth shut. Because you got the moon sign. That knowing the moon sign that's probably like 85%, but you get another other 15% of information from knowing what lunar mansion the moon is in that can help you to direct it, because it could be in a positive, like, light-hearted moon sign, like where the moon's in an exalted sign. But if it's in a debilitated house or a house of trouble, then there are days where you're like, you know what, today might not be a good day to get in any confrontation or any emotional exchange with anybody like that, because it could turn into an argument or something, or some hurt feelings. So that is where I do like the Vedic astrology. So thank you for adding that. That would be awesome, just to publish my divine visitations. Yep. And y'all, this right here is the most intuitive yoga instructor I've ever, and I've been practicing yoga since 2012. My girl Whitney, she the truth untold, y'all. She's the truth untold. So anyway, love you, Whitney. Thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for being here. All right. Maria Alvidre says, I'm a Scorpio with Pisces in my 8th house. Been thinking about water cremation as a profession. Wow. I didn't even know that was a thing. Wow. Thank you for adding that, Miriam. I didn't even know that was a thing. Wow. Wow. We got y'all Scorpios showing up today. I love that. This is y'all season. I love that. I love that. I love that. I got a brother that's a Scorpio. One of my favorite cousins is a Scorpio. One of my homeboys, my tennis partner, Scorpio. I love y'all energy, man. I do. I got Scorpio in one of my top 6. I don't need to say it, which is probably giving away that I do have Scorpio in one of my top 6, because y'all know how the Scorpio energy is. We don't like to be telling all our business. And I'm not a Scorpio sun. I'm a Capricorn sun. Cap sun, Cancer moon, Libra rising. So I'll let y'all figure out where else that Scorpio is in my chart. All right. Scorpio's so doggone secretive. Why, y'all? Why? Anyway. She said they're trying to make us fear radiation from the sun. Yeah. Some people can't take it. I'm watching people. I saw today, I ain't gonna name which football player it was, but I was watching football today, and I know for a fact this particular player is probably about 24, 25 years old. And I'm looking at him and I'm like, dang, son, he looked like he in his upper 40s. This sun ain't this. I'm telling y'all, what's coming down from the sun right now is transforming the earth and all of its inhabitants. It is transforming the earth and all her inhabitants. You're so generous, Matt. Thank you. Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much. Yo, let's speaking of generosity, y'all, I got to tell y'all my new book on twin flames. It is going to be on sale for Black Friday, and I'll probably leave it on sale for a full week. So I cover Cyber Monday as well. But twin flames, understanding and solving the problem of the avoidant, dismissive, divine masculine. Y'all check that out. It comes in 2 printed flavors: collector's edition hardcover and paperback. I don't have the paperback one in here, but I do have them available. So you can get them at my website, www.talfordarts.com. For those of you who don't want to wait till Black Friday, but if you want to wait till Black Friday, I'm going to have, y'all don't hold me to it, but I'm going to have a considerable discount that will come off at the register or whatever. We'll do that for Black Friday, just because that's what most businesses do. They put things on sale for Black Friday. So I'll do a Black Friday sale that'll probably run from that Friday to the following Friday, or the following Thursday night or whatever, so that people who have not read it yet, and y'all check out my other channel, Matty T's Twin Flame Guidance. Finally, people have been asking me for years if I was going to do some level of twin flame coaching or, twin flame advice or whatever. I finally have created a channel that is dedicated to twin flame, so I don't mix up the algorithm. The algorithm likes you to stay in one lane, so I decided not to transform. Here's that energy of transformation, right? I decided not to transform and mix that theme in with this channel. So I got a separate channel, Matty T's Twin Flame Guidance. Y'all check that out. I appreciate those of you who have already subscribed and have given me great feedback on the videos. I do videos on that channel Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. Mondays are divine feminine readings. And I use tarot cards. I use astrology. I use numerology to help read the energy of that particular day to find out what the collective is going through. So it has been amazing. It's been fascinating. It's been very rewarding. And that's on Mondays. Again, Mondays is divine feminine readings. Wednesdays, divine masculine reading. And then Fridays are all signs readings for the both. And I separate them by divine feminine and divine masculine. So you have divine feminine Aries, divine masculine Aries, divine feminine Taurus, divine masculine Taurus, and so forth, all the way through all 12 signs. That's been a lot of fun. It's been very rewarding. Y'all come over and check that out, okay? So thank y'all on that. Thank y'all so much. But yeah. Just wanted to give you guys those updates. That book, it's a must-have if you're on that journey. I'm telling you, it is a must-have. Now, she said, I told Chat GPT it was lying and it told me it can't lie. It's just code written by Google engineers. No, it can't lie. The engineers lie. This is what I tell people. I keep telling people this. People allow religion, Western religion, to demonize certain spiritual tools. And I tell people all the time, it is not the tool that is quote unquote good or evil. The tool is just a tool. It is the intent of the user of the tool. A hammer is just a tool. Okay. What is the intent of the hammer? A high vibrational intent of a hammer is to nail something to a wall or build a house or something. A low vibrational intent of a hammer is to break somebody's window with it. Right? Is the tool evil? Man, that's an evil hammer. No, it's just a hammer. It was the intent of the person holding it that broke the window. It wasn't the hammer. The hammer didn't break the window. The person used the hammer to break the window. So y'all have to start to think and think for yourself and stop allowing other people to think for you. Always check within. The kingdom of God is within you. Luke 17:21. Read it. It's inside of you. This is the teaching that the real religious teaching that the Messiah was teaching that got him in trouble in hot water with the religious establishment. I tell people all the time, he was not a religious man. Oh, you're crazy. No, religious people went after killing him, created a religion based on his life, not what he was teaching. Oh yeah, they'll put the parables in the Bible, but guess what? He spoke in parables so they wouldn't know what he was really saying. Only those with eyes to see and ears can hear could even break down the parables. But that's a whole nother. I'm doing that Mercury and Sagittarius thing again. Let me pull it back. All right. So yeah, no, Chat GPT wasn't lying fair use. It's the engineers that lie. And they got a lot of lies in there. This is why I tell people I'm a writer. I can tell when somebody wrote something using Chat GPT versus when they wrote it like raw. You can't. The one thing with AI has no soul. So if you are just like with singers, I know a lot of people that are creating AI content now as far as movies and songs and things of that nature. If you sing, shout out to my singers out there. If you're a singer, put it in the chat. If you sing, tell me if you can tell whether or not there is soul in it. Tell me if you are moved by an AI song the same way you would be by a live person singing it. Tell me. Y'all let me know. Because I'm here to tell y'all, man, they keep saying AI gonna replace us. No, it's not. Unless you on the wrong side of that split. Because that 3D, 5D split is happening, and that gap is getting wider and wider. Let's see. Love your insights, Matt Mastery. Thank you, Beauty of Core. I'm still working on me, Beauty of Core. I'm still working on me. There are people that I marvel listening to. I'm here I'm doing my part. I'm doing my part. So thank you so much. Said Joni just keeps showing up. She's a diva. She is. I love the hair. She got the hair to make up. The face card don't never decline. That face card don't never decline with her. And I think she's almost 70. And I'm like, wow, you look great. And she's a Scorpio too, by the way. You know, that little bit of Scorpio I got in my chart had me investigating. She's a Scorpio too. She's a Scorpio too. Just so y'all know. So if y'all want to know what Joni Patrice's sign is, she is a Scorpio sun. Let's see. What's up, Red Jewel? Thank you for being here. Scorpio rising. Yep. And your thumbnail is small, but Scorpio risings have it in the eyes. They have these intense eyes. So I mean, if I didn't know your rising sign, I probably would guess Scorpio rising just because of the intensity in your eyes, just in that little tiny thumbnail. We got another November 19th, man. It's a bunch of November 19th people up in here. What's up, King Snatch? What's up, King Snatch? A lot of y'all are November 19th for us Scorpios up in here. Man, I know quite a few of them. And that Scorpio 19th, let me tell you something. Tell you something about them Scorpio, them November 19th Scorpios. Two themes about them. They tend to be very Capricornian. They're hard workers, but they also the 19th 1 plus 9 is 10. Drop that 0, that's a 1. They got that Aries fire too. So y'all November 19th Scorpios, y'all can go Aries mode when y'all need to. I know that. Numbers don't lie. November 19th Scorpios are some of the hardest working individuals you ever want to meet. They throw down them Capricorn vibes, okay? But they also throw down them Aries vibes. So they're going to fight for the people they care about. And if you cross them, you're going to know. Shout out to you, King Snatch. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Got a birthday coming up on Wednesday. Happy solar return, bro. All right. Beauty Core said, sounds as exhausting as the journey, Matt, the readings. You know what? The readings really aren't exhausting. I'm surprised. They're single card readings with, maybe I'll do a clarifier or two, depending on which card comes out. But they're rewarding. I'm surprised at how much fun I've had doing them. I really am. So yeah, y'all come over there and check that out. There may be some messages for you in there. Again, they're specific. The whole purpose of the channel and this book is to foster reunions. A lot of people talk about twin flame union. There's no such thing as a union, because union is something that's like new, right? Depending on the context in which you're looking at it. But if you're an eternal soul that's like this, that does like this, so you can go off and learn separate things and then come back together, or just you're so powerful together that you're split. So you're split doing this over here, this one over here doing this thing. But every now and then there's a darkness that arises in the universe, and you need to take these already powerful lights and do them like this to bring more light to drive the darkness out. That's what we're here for. So that's what that purpose of that channel is for. Yeah, Ops, I said that, but y'all have heard me say it before. That's the purpose of that channel. So we want to help to bring in more light, okay? And that light is going to come in through two energies, y'all. I'm on the side road. We're in bonus time now. So if y'all are still here vibing with me, I love y'all. And if you left already, I still love you too. But the thing is, y'all got to understand is this, okay? Gosh, I lost my thought. That's what happens when you're Mercury and Sagittarius. You're talking about light energy, and light drives out darkness, y'all. That wasn't what I was going to say. It'll come back to me. But maybe it was taken away from me because maybe the ops didn't need to hear it. So I'm going to keep on moving. Because they always up in your mouth trying to figure out what you're going to do next, right? Anyway, intent. Oh, she just turned 70? Yeah, okay. So y'all know, man, Joni cool people, man. Joni's cool people. She cool people. So I don't know what I was going to say in that other thing, man, but y'all check that channel out again. There may be some messages for you in there. That's what I was going to say. Two energies are going to help you to renew your light. Since we're in Scorpio season, I know it's almost over. Got about another week, maybe tops. I think the last day of Scorpio season is the 21st. So Friday's the last day of Scorpio season. Shout out to my boy Alex. I ain't gonna say no last names, but Alex, if you watching, shout out to you. Alex got a birthday coming up on Friday. But yeah. Two things since we talking about transformation. Number one, forgiveness, and two, understanding. Forgiveness and understanding. And you can do it in whatever order you want. But those are two things that are going to help you raise your vibrations. Okay? Those four signs I talked about before, Scorpio, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Virgo, they go through a lot of hurt too. All of the signs do. Cancer, all of the water signs go through their pain, whatever. Everybody does. Shout out to the fire signs. They can burn it. That fire helps you to burn it up a little bit easier. If you got Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, you might hurt, but you don't stay hurt long because that fire burns it up. You like, all right, I'm on to the next. And the air signs, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius, they can let it go. But the thing with Aquarius, and I know I just said the air signs, but the thing is, the signs that come here to do the heaviest lifting, as I have observed, in no particular order, are Scorpio, Capricorn, Virgo, and Aquarius. So when you dealing with those signs, man, you dealing with energies that's got they deal with a lot of ish, y'all. They deal with a lot of ish. They get sent here. They're like the Most High's special ops. They're like the universe's special ops. They come in to do the heavy lifting, the jobs that, and no disrespect to the other signs, everybody's got their part to play. But those four signs, especially Capricorn and Scorpio, it's difficult. Like, they have these fun things sometimes. I know I'm off on a tangent again, but they have these fun things sometimes that they do on the on Instagram where they say, what would happen if this zodiac sign went up against this zodiac sign? And I ain't bragging to some Capricorn, but they always say that the Capricorn is always the one that wins because Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, so it will take its time and outlast anybody, and it's going to come up with a strategy to win. But let me tell you something. I see Capricorn and Scorpio as stalemates because Capricorn is going to endure and Scorpio is going to transform. So Scorpio is the energy of constant death and renewal. It's the phoenix rising from the ashes. So when you think you got a Scorpio knocked down, they're never knocked out. They're going to get up and they're going to transform into a version that you can't hurt anymore. Okay? And that Capricorn, because that Capricorn ain't got nothing but time, A Capricorn will cut you off and say, I'll see you next lifetime, if then. So that Capricorn is going to outlast you because they get sent here to solve problems, and Scorpios get sent here to transform and transmute. So those are two signs, in addition with Virgo and Aquarius, that come here to do things for people other than themselves. Okay. They deal with some very heavy themes, but they're two energies that's going to help you to renew your light and shine it even brighter. Understanding and forgiveness. Why do you think I titled this book Understanding and Solving the Problem? That's why, and I put problem in parentheses, because once you have understanding, that thing that looked like a problem is no longer a problem because you understand it. Sneak peek from in the book. I just gave y'all a little nugget from out of the book. It's in there. Okay. Once you understand the nature of a thing, it is no longer a problem. It's only a problem because you don't understand it. Right. So when you get in the energy of understanding helps to lead to forgiveness, because you're like, you know what? I don't like it, but I understand it. So I forgive that person. But the other thing, y'all, especially with Scorpios, I ain't gonna even name the other three signs, especially with Scorpios, y'all got to learn how to start forgiving yourself. Forgiving yourself is going to fast track you to that transformation. You got to forgive yourself. You have to truthfully forgive yourself. Forgiveness and understanding lead to ascension. That leads to healing. Once you have understanding and once you operate in the energy of forgiveness, the thing that you have forgiven and the thing that you understand it, so it's not going to hurt you the same anymore, because now you have an understanding of it. And once you've forgiven it, you've let it go. A lot of y'all are holding on to stuff that ain't even yours. It ain't yours. Forgive it. Forgive that person, forgive yourself, and move on. You can't get that next assignment. Like my mom used to say back in the day, my mom and dad, you ain't getting no ice cream till you finish that food on your plate. You're never going to finish that food on your plate if you don't get in the energy of understanding and forgiveness. Self-forgiveness first, and then forgiveness of others after that. Forgive yourself first, because guess what? If you forgive somebody else, but you don't forgive yourself, you're still in low vibrational energy. Forgiveness is going to help you to ascend, man. It's going to help you to ascend. Let me get off my soapbox. All right. Neptune and Sagittarius here, third house. Neptune and Sagittarius. Okay, so you understand that Sag energy. Beauty, of course, said I agree with you about the signs, Matt. Totally agree. Cap, Scorpio, Virgo, and Aquarius. Yup. Begin with the end in mind. I love that. That's a pro tip for anybody writing a book. Or if you're writing the story of your life. A lot of y'all wrote the story of your lives before you incarnated. That's a pro tip. Put that in your back pocket. So when you think it's hard, man, I can't do this. No, you wrote that story before you got here. You're just playing it out. You wrote that story, or you co-wrote it. You co-created with the universe. Your story that you're living right now, you co-created it before you got here. This is why a lot of us end up with retrograde energy in our charts. We either have unfinished business where it took more than one lifetime span to achieve a big task. This thing was so big, it was going to take 2 lifetimes. Or, you know what? We could have done it, but we walked away from it. So you got to retrograde, because the universe ain't going to let you move on. It's like school. You can't go to the next grade until you pass the criteria for the one you're in. That's why when and I'm not doing any personal readings right now, but when I look at natal charts and I see retrograde energy in it, especially in the North Node, I'm like, this person is back to either continue a theme that they started their last lifetime, or to redo it because they didn't finish it. They tried to abandon it, or they just quit, or they gave up. And guess what? You're right back here doing it again. Finish your work, y'all. Finish your work. Finish your work. I didn't like that person very much. I need to get to know them better. Sam Kerpart. I never heard that one before, but that's interesting. So that's from the Highly Effective Habits of Successful People, Stephen Covey. Okay, all right, y'all. So thank you for adding that, Fair Use. Thank you, and y'all check out Fair Use. Y'all subscribe to her channel. She been doing a lot of community posts lately that have been very informative and provocative. So y'all check her out. All right, y'all. That's all I got. Thank y'all for being here. We got heavy over into the bonus time, and so thank you to anybody who stayed them extra 30 minutes or whatever. We pretty much began to wrap up at 1:50. So I'm kind of proud of myself because I got through the content in under 2 hours, but I do that a lot. I just like to come on here and rap with y'all because I don't get to do it too much. So y'all, I'm out of here. Thank y'all so much. You're welcome. Fair Use. Thank you for your love. You're an amazing person, amazing soul. So thank you so much. Again, y'all, I got a new channel. Y'all check it out. It is, I'll put it in the, I'll type it down here for anybody that's interested. Y'all check that out. Look for me. Got 3 videos out there, right? Four videos. I got an introduction, a divine feminine, divine masculine, and all signs. They're timeless readings. So whenever you watch it, that's when you're supposed. Whenever you see it is when you're supposed to see it. There's no time really in the spirit realm. There is no such thing as time. So guess what? I could have recorded a video last year, and if it hits for you, it hits for you because now is when you're supposed to see it. We're timeless individuals. So that's all I got, family. Do me a favor on your way out if you have not done so yet. Please tap that like button. And if you're new to the channel and you like being entertained, educated, uplifted, and inspired, hit that subscribe button and make sure your notification bell is set to all so you'll be notified when I upload new content. Next, I got to tell you, that's not the only book I published. Y'all, I'm not bragging when I tell you I'm good. Muhammad Ali wasn't bragging when he told you he was good. And history knows him as being one of the greatest, okay? Mike Tyson wasn't bragging when he told you he was going to knock somebody out of, listen, I'm going to knock him, I'm going to eat his kids. Listen, I'm Mike Tyson, I want to rip his heart out, I'm going to eat his kids. He wasn't like he was that dude, okay? All right? When I tell y'all writing is my gift, my Jupiter's in the 3rd house, so I'm not making that up. My Jupiter is in the 3rd house. I got a whole library of books, okay? A whole collection of books, 4 right now, but that's still a whole collection for me. Y'all go to my website, www.talfordarts.com, and look at what I've written. Those of you that like to read, I promise you, you're going to enjoy it. Now, one of them is a tennis book. It's niche, so if you're not a tennis player, it may not apply to you, but you may know somebody who is a tennis player. Pick up a copy for them. Everything I write is either award-winning or I didn't submit it to an awards review committee or anything like that. I'm not bragging. It's my gift. So y'all check it out. Y'all check me out. I'm also on Kindle, and I'm on Amazon Kindle and Apple Books for those of y'all that prefer to read ebooks. So y'all check me out. Y'all go to Amazon, read some of my reviews on some of my other books. If you read one of my books, please write a review. It helps other people. And just don't write it like you know me personally, because Amazon kicks those out. All right. And y'all know me on YouTube. Some of you watching me know me personally. Some of you don't. So just write it from the standpoint of an author that you just went in a newsstand and saw, oh, that looks like a cool book. I read it. Oh, wow, it was good. Write me a review, okay? It helps the other people who might pick the book up to see what you thought about it. So y'all help me out with that. And I thank y'all so much for being here tonight. Last thing I'll say is this. Tell somebody you love them and mean it. How do you mean it? You have to show it. Love is a verb. It's a noun as well, but guess what? It's a verb first. So when you show love, there'll be love. When you take care of the verb form of love, the noun form automatically takes care of itself. Okay? You got to hit the gas for the car to be rolling. Once your foot's on the gas pedal, the car's rolling. Okay? If you never hit the gas, the car's not going to go anywhere. So, okay, you got motion. Well, for you to have motion, you got to apply your foot to that pedal. Motion is the noun. Action is you pressing the gas pedal. It's the same thing with love, all right? And last but not least, authenticity is the only way you're going to arrive at your destiny. Your destiny is looking for the authentic version of you, so be you. Don't let anybody talk you out of being you. For those of y'all that know tarot, don't let anybody 5 of swords you, okay? Don't let anybody 5 of swords you. Don't let nobody talk you out of your life purpose, your mission. Find out what that is and get on it and stay with it, okay? Go within. Go within. Luke 17:21. Tap within. Use the force, Luke. Use the force, Luke, okay? Go within. The kingdom of God is within you, all right? Authenticity. Your destiny is looking for the authentic version of you, and it cannot find you if you're acting like somebody else or acting like anything other than what or who you are. All right? That's all I got for y'all, man. Y'all have a wonderful night, and I will see y'all the next time I go live. I had something I was going to go live about before I had started downloading some TikTok videos, but I said, let me save that. So we'll see what happens. But in the meantime, man, listen, happy manifesting. Happy Scorpio new moon manifesting. The Scorpio new moon is on November 19th. So a lot of y'all got a new moon coming up on your birthday. That's a powerful placement, especially if you were born under the new moon. That's a portal. Use it. If you were born, look at your natal chart. If you were born under a new moon, all right, and especially if you were born under a new moon and your birthday is November 19th, when this new moon is, that's a powerful portal. Manifest something for yourself. Manifest something good for yourself, okay? Manifest whatever transformation you want to happen in your life. That's all I got for y'all. I love y'all so much. Thank you. Peace, y'all.